I got a few tour dates to tell you about: Wallingford, Connecticut; Portland, Maine; Bangor, Maine; Moncton, Canada; Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back for the USC LSU football weekend; Oklahoma City, Northern Little Rock; Springfield, Missouri; Kansas City, Missouri; Sioux Falls, South Dakota; La Crosse, Wisconsin; Green Bay, Wisconsin; Moline, Illinois. You can get tickets for those at theovon.com/TOUR. Thank you so much for your support. Today's guest served 10 years as a mall cop. You know who I'm talking about, that fella that's just looking all beast mode outside of the Cinnabon, baby. You know what I'm talking about. That Build-A-Bear badass, baby. Mall copping. We get into it all, the stories, the stealing, the sex. Hey. Grateful for his time. Today's guest is... Gus Parsons. Thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, bro.
You've worked in security for 20 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Mall cop
Mall cop.
for 10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
Did my tour.
Did you?
Yeah, it was great.
And what how do you get into mall copping?
Basically, zero education, no goals in life.
Oh, really?
No, it's it's just one of those things that kind of just happens, like I started off doing other security, and then it just turns into like, hey, I need a job, and a full-time job at that. And,
yeah.
And mall security is usually one of those ones like, hey man, can you breathe? I'm like, yes, fully functional. And they're like, you're hired, so that's how I got into it. And then
Was your father in mall copping, or was it it's not a
no.
Okay.
My dad was actually a bus driver.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I've ridden on buses and I like it.
I mean, the uniform, the fact of us wearing uniforms in the family, that's a thing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's not military, bus drivers, security guards.
Yeah.
Like
So you get a job at the mall, right? So where's the first mall you clock in at?
The first one I ever did?
Yeah.
It was called Horton Plaza. It was downtown San Diego, no longer there, rest in peace. But it was a 3-story mall, had the theater down there, had all the kids hung out there at the time because the buses went and connected all through there.
Who told you to get a job as a mall cop? Did you just...
Myself, honestly.
You did?
Yeah. I wasn't into the whole labor thing. I did the little side jobs, building swimming pools, just being out in the sun, stuff I didn't
What do you mean being out in the sun? Like what, hitchhiking or whatever?
Yeah, it was a hard job. No, just like labor, like hard labor,
yeah.
like digging and trenches and, like I said, digging swimming pools and stuff. It just, I'm too fat for stuff like that. So when I got into like the mall cop thing, it was kind of supposed to be a lazy job for me, and it definitely wasn't a lazy job for me because I still come from the era of chasing people down. You know? And that used to be fun.
What, as a mall cop, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, first of all, what is the training like?
Oh, here's the mall. Here's the clock in. Like I said, you can still breathe, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, you're fully functional, Training with that, it's just more like.
But there's no like, you don't have to have a 40 time. You don't have to have like a, there's not like a physical requirements to be a mall cop.
No, they actually will give you a segue if you can't meet the physical requirements.
No way, really?
Yeah, like, oh, you can't walk that fast. Well, here's some mobile wheels. Like here you go. That Paul Blart shit's real. It's very much real. Like a lot of people make fun of it and stuff. I'm like, actually, those are for the mall cops who can't get physical.
Wow,
and that's embarrassing. I've gotten on those things and actually chased people as a joke. Like, oh, they're stealing. I'm like, oh, watch this. It's embarrassing for them. They're running through the mall and you're just like. Oh, yeah, exactly. That look right there.
Well, segues are so ridiculous because every time you're talking to a guy on a Segway, he's like, all right, man, I'll see you guys later. And then he just like fucking.
Or you get those real professional ones and do the full spin on you, and they're just like,
yeah, that shit's, yeah, all that like.
But the training wise, man, it's not much.
So there's no training. So there's no like, but there's not like where there's boot camp or anything like that.
Oh, not no more. No.
Okay.
I think that was the 70s security guards. I used to learn from those tough guys.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Punch them in the face. I'm like, well, we can do that. Like, we're not cops. I'm like, when you find out as a security guard that you're not a cop and things change, you're like, oh, I can do some shit now. But that was back in the day. Now you just have to kind of watch them steal and run off out the mall, and you're like, hey.
Well, what do you mean when you watch them, when you see them?
Like, okay, so as of like the past 10 years now, you know, everyone's got cell phones and a stick up their ass. So it's like, hey, I'm trying to steal from your store. Don't touch me. So now some guy won a case, I don't know, however many years ago. Now it's like, you can't chase them. You can't touch them. You just have to kind of monitor their stealing. Like, hey, man, put that Gucci belt in that pocket. It's showing, you know, like you got to kind of escort them out the mall.
So what do you, but you can't, can you even, what do you used to be like, stop, fucker?
Yeah.
Like, can you even do that?
No, you can't even say that. You can just say fucker. You just say fucker, you know? Like you say stop, they're like, hey, you can't tell me what to do. I identify as go, you know? You're like, oh, shit, you know?
So there's no training?
No.
Okay, so there's no training. Do you shadow anybody when you first start? Like,
yeah, you'll go in, you'll shadow a couple of the guys that have been there a while. They'll show you what stores to stay away from, what stores are cool. More or less just doing the whole rounds. A lot of time you would have, some malls would make you like scan in every 10 minutes through the place. But then we just kind of figured out if you just took a picture and then went to the copy place and made copies of those and had a sheet, you can just sit in the office and scan those things if nobody's watching. So as soon as your shadow leaves, that was pretty much it.
Oh, so you're saying like a QR code?
Yeah.
Like at each place you'd have to scan as you're moving around the mall?
Yeah, so every day you'd have to go and check in like, oh, I'm at the Baby Gap, you know, here. And then you just have to keep checking in as you go through the mall to make sure that you've secured the whole place, stuff like that.
Like I'm at Baby Gap, I'm at Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm at Rocco's Tacos or whatever, and just around the bend.
Yeah. So we just take a picture of the barcode, send it to our email, put all the barcodes on a sheet, printed it, and then we had it in the office.
So you could just sit there and just scan them every few minutes?
Yeah, we put like timers on our cell phones and stuff like, hey, how long do you think it would take us to get from here to here? One guy was an idiot. He would scan them all in a row. And one of the time our supervisor came in, he was like, hey, Speedy, like, how are you doing this? And he's like, and we got caught a little bit, but yeah.
Wow, that's a good hack, bro.
Yeah, we had a lot of hacks at the mall, actually.
Did y'all?
Oh, yeah.
When you pull up, so when you first start there, were there like old heads working there? Like, what are the different types of mall cops?
Oh, man. Okay, so you got your pant booters. We call them pant booters. Those are the security guards who did not make it as a cop. Their uncle or their step uncle was a cop, so they wanted to be a cop. So they come in, they got the whole vest on, everything's tucked in nice. They got their pants tucked into their boots, you know, they're ready for combat. And it's like, bro, it's a mall job, you know? So you got that guy. And I will tell everyone that you know that guy. We all work with that guy.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you get the little thug dudes that are just like hanging around just because they need a job, and that's not, you know, I'm not being discriminative, but it's very true. We get a lot of little thug guys that do security. It's great because they're the ones that usually bring the weed for us, you know, so it's always like, fuck yeah, love you guys. So those guys are usually ones like, you know, and that's not a race. That's just the little ghetto guys that always come. They don't do their job. Shirts untucked. They're like, we just do the bare minimum. You know, if someone's stealing, let us know.
Yeah, those guys always look like they're going to get some girl pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Or they already have.
Yeah.
Like the girl from Cinnabon's usually pregnant.
Is she?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's in the oven, baby.
Hell yeah. Both the bun and that.
Look,
two buns going at once.
Drizzle it.
Yep.
Okay, so those are the main two types of cops, you feel like, the mall cops?
And then there's just the average Joe. Like I would have put myself in the average Joe category, like, you know, just the dad who just needs a job. But there's that guy.
Okay.
You know, there's the real Paul Blart kind of type, you know, like no girlfriend, no wife, you know, lives at home with mom, can't wait to go play video games type guy, you know.
Like almost like the guy that never left the mall in a way.
He grew up in the mall and was like, I'm going to get a job here, you know, like
I'm
never
stay
left.
here. Yeah, malls are awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting that 10% discount.
Malls are awesome, dude. I remember in our, we used to go to Slidell, Louisiana. They had a mall there. Bring it up, see if it's there. Just see some images of it. And they,
So this is a North Shore Square Mall.
Yeah, those are
Really
the
fun.
doors we go in, dude. And we camp. They let you camp right outside by the parking lot, like in the medians. So we get dropped over there on Saturday. We'd hang out at the mall, and then we'd sleep in our tents. And then Sunday we'd go back into the mall, dude. And they had a church service in there too, and we could just go do it all right there.
Nice.
Get you some lunch. Get you on some of those little shaker chairs that.
Oh, I loved when those first came out. Oh, I was there for that. Like I was there for that evolution of the mall chair.
Were you?
Yeah, they just popped up one day. And we're like, what in the lazy is this? Like it was great. So all of us would be on our break just fucking vibrating out. And like, you can't do that. I'm like, shit, if I can, it only costs $1.
Yeah.
It's
hey,
great.
whisper something nasty to
Right?
me,
Oh, it's great. Segue. You're like, oh yeah.
What was the uniform like that you guys had?
It's just a basic cop knockoff. I refuse to wear the Mount Me hats because
What is it?
the Mountie hats.
Oh, Mountie hats.
Yeah, we call them Mount Me hats. From.
Oh, yeah.
But no, some malls will literally make you wear a Mountie hat, and it's like, why? We're in the fucking mall. We're not like
Who are y'all?
Yeah, like I don't know if you could. Yeah, see, like that's literally how a lot of mall
What?
cops will. Yeah,
Why do they even make y'all look like that?
I have no idea. That's one of the most ridiculous things. Whoever did that, you really hate all of us.
Yeah.
Whoever, because there's an ultimate mall cop out there who's just like, I'm gonna make this the worst uniform ever. And it's funny because you get those little ghetto dudes are like, they come in and like, yeah, I'm here to work. And you're like, okay, well, put on your little Mountie hat, and you're like, oh shit,
Why is the hat? Do you think it's just so people know immediately who is there to help them if they need it?
I suppose, but it's just more of like a target.
Oh yeah.
It's like we're already getting called rent-a-cops and everything else in the book.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it's like,
Sorry.
I'm shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
Me neither. But I've been called fags all the like.
Oh yeah, but
all
now
that
they're like,
and-
oh look at this in that hat.
Yeah,
You're
it's
oh.
like you're like, fuck, man. I could have
You're
just.
like, you got me there.
Yeah, and you're like, we were good. Now the hat. Fuck me. And it's like you can't even deny that. You could argue back with like, oh, you're well, look at your shoes. And then all you have to do is go, you have a Mount Me hat on.
Yeah, you're a Canadian.
Yeah. And then on top of it, here's the worst part. Some malls will do the stripes and like, oh, I've been here for 2 years. I got a stripe. I got me a little lieutenant stripe. It's like, lieutenant of what? The fucking food court? Like, who cares? But those are some of the mall. I've dealt with a few malls, and one of the malls I had to deal with the Mount Me hats and the stripes. And
They give you stripes for how many years you've been there? Mm-hmm. Wow.
yeah, and one guy had like 6. I was like, you need a fucking life, bro. Like, all decorated, look like a general and shit.
He's
5 star.
serious, huh?
Yeah. And then he was the one on the Mountie hat who had, like, if you look at them, they have like these little like ropes or something that's on. I don't know what they're actually called. His was gold. Out of everyone had black ones. They were gray hats with black. He had to have a gold robe.
Because he was the leader or something?
He was just there. He wasn't even the supervisor. He was just there the longest.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like,
10-4, yeah. And what kind of tactical gear do you guys have?
It depends on the mall. It depends on how they want you dressed. Mm-hmm. I've had to do the whole get up to where I've been an armed security guard. So I've had to wear guns and stuff and the holsters and bulletproof vests and all that just because of what was going on in the situation. And those are fun. It's fun to dress up like G.I. Joe because, I'm 45. So it's like I get to play out little kid fantasies. Sometimes I'm like, man, I kind of wanted to do this when I was a kid. Now I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah, huh?
all teched up. When I worked dispensaries, I used to work a lot of dispensaries this past 10 years too. We were all teched up and tacked out and looking like SWAT and shit until the real cops came and they're like, what are you doing playing dress up? I'm like, selling weed.
But are mall cops allowed to carry weapons?
At one point we were, and then one point we were not. We were allowed to carry batons and
And what, pre-rolls or whatever?
yes, basically. It's like, it's either I'm gonna beat you or here, smoke this, fuck. But
Wait, you guys had a baton?
Mm-hmm. My era was like the last era of being able to carry a baton.
Yeah.
And what's funny in California, like say you fucking come running out and I have a gun and a baton. Mm-hmm. If I shoot you in the leg, I'm good. If I hit you with that baton, LA riots.
Yeah.
All over. It does. There, see?
Wow, the baton, was it heavy?
Oh yeah, it's about an 8-pound stick of just, and there were some guys that would actually teach you how to use the baton and stuff, and it's like they get you on this wrist thing and bend you all up, and you're like, oh shit, can I just hit him with it? You know, like I'm like, nah, you have to use it tactically.
That's what they said. Did you ever get to hit somebody with it?
I threw one at somebody one time. Yeah, it was like right out of the fucking movies too.
You hit him
in the legs, and he tripped and he fell, and we beat the shit out of him.
It's okay.
It was, oh man, it was a long time.
How long ago was it?
Oh shit, early 20s, so like 2020 or 2003, maybe something like that.
What's the statute of limitations on that, you think? Mall abuse or whatever. Non-sexual.
Oh, those are the best though.
10 years. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good, dude.
All right.
Yeah,
so I threw this baton at this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he was running out the store. Somebody's like, hey, you know, thief. And I was like, and I swear to you, I don't know what movie clicked in my head. I was like, grab your baton, throw it. I just threw it and I said, whoa. And it made the little noise and everything. Clipped him in the leg. He tripped. And I was like in my soul, I was like, I fucking did it. And by the time I like realized that my guys were already on him, I'm like, yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, you do that now, you're going like as a security guard, you might go to jail.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, now it's so crazy. Literally, a thief can be like, watch this asshole security guard try to stop me from getting what I need. And you're like, you just totally rephrase stealing.
Right.
Okay. And why are you fucking filming this? Like, yes, things have definitely gotten really ridiculous out there. That's for sure, man. So outside of the baton, was there taser ever? Was there any smoke screens or smoke bombs or flares or baby flares or anything like that?
Not smoke bombs. We used fart bombs.
Really?
Yeah. We the little like fart ones. If the crowd was like too much, we like it wasn't a legal tactical move, old school move, but instead of like, you know, like, hey, everyone clear out, we wouldn't say shit.
Just throw one of those fart things on the ground or something?
And it was, the stink bombs. They were called stink bombs. We throw a stink bomb on the ground, cleared. Not a word, not a fucking word out of our mouth.
And were those government issued or whatever?
No, those were out of the ice cream truck on the way to work.
Oh, they sold them there?
Oh, yeah. The ice cream truck? Oh, yeah. You're like, oh, let me get a bubblegum ice cream and some stink bombs. Those are the good ice cream trucks when they had the cap gun still, you know?
Gang, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had all of that. Yeah, we just got the sweets or whatever. I don't think ours had kind of a violence section or whatever, semi-violence. This security guard filmed all his farts for 6 months. You ever meet him?
No, but damn, where's he at? That's a goal. I'm gonna go 7.
He got fired for it.
Paul Flart, he called himself.
Why would he get fired?
I don't know. You can't fart anymore. You
Can't
kidding?
do anything, man. He really did.
Oh yeah.
By the way, this is that dad I'm talking about that works.
I love this dude.
Hell
and he
yeah.
just
His hair and his mustache.
One cool thing about a ball is, though, honestly, it's got the perfect acoustics
It really does.
for a fart to just
really
rock the
does.
frickin' Casbah in there.
Especially if you have like that back alley of like behind the stores where you do all the deliveries, you can get some good echoes in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a real farter's paradise back in there. So take me on a typical mall shift, man. You get there,
Get there, clock in, usually take a shit or go smoke because we don't do that for free. You have to do that on the clock. You gotta get paid.
did you have a strategy meeting or anything like that?
Yeah, we use a little powwow. All right, guys, we're gonna have a good day today. Get out there and do your job. Our powwows for mall security wasn't that much. You know?
Really?
Nah.
Is there ever any intel that comes in that's like, hey, we got this to worry about, or there's like a drug group passing through, anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes we would get like a stack of papers on our thing, and there'd be like pictures of like some random Asian dude stealing like cologne or some shit, and you're like, watch out for him, and you're like, oh, okay, and you never see him ever because he already done stole. So there are those moments though where you get like a paper and you're like, hey, mall's most wanted or something, and he walks by you, and you're just like, fuck yeah, this is my moment right here.
Really?
Yeah, and then
Like, take me on one of those kind of.
so you like, okay, so sometimes they'll make a big deal out of it, like, hey, there's this mall guy, he's going around, he's stealing a bunch of shit. Here's pictures of him, okay.
Like the wet bandits or whatever.
Hell yeah. Shout out Wet Bandits.
But something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like a guy that's made a name for himself.
Yep.
stealing from malls.
We had one guy who was, I bring up the cologne thing because he was actually a cologne thief. He would steal all the samples without the lids and shit. So he would get all these samples and just run off. But
Little sample, baby, huh? He was Asian?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He was, I actually bought some from him after the fact. Seen him on
Some stolen ones from him?
Yeah. And they're only $15. I seen him on the trolley. I was like, hey, dude, were you the one stealing cologne? He's like, yeah, which one do you want? And I was like, fuck, man, let me get that CK1.
Oh, CK1 wasn't too bad, huh?
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
God, they had some good colognes back then. I remember they had Aqua
Aqua di Gio.
Aqua di Gio, dude.
I'm actually wearing the black Aqua di Gio right now.
Really?
Yes, sir.
They came out with black?
Yeah, it was a darker little bottle or something.
Wow. Yeah, dude.
Yes, sir. That one right there. That fourth one right there.
I just was always so ashamed of myself as a child. I never felt like I deserved to smell good.
No, you even wear Cool Water?
No, Cool Water was for brothers or kids that were fucking, you know? I wasn't wearing that. What would I wear? I would sometimes get some Old Spice from my dad. And then I would also put like, what would I do? I would rub like, what was it that had kind of, deodorant. I would just put deodorant on the outside of my arms or like right here or whatever. Cause my mom taught us, we watched my mom do perfumes or whatever. Okay. So you're at work. You guys have had a strategy meeting, right?
We got the paper. We see, we'll say Bobby Lee stole some fucking cologne. So we're like, all right, cool. Bobby Lee, he's the fucking guy. And
Perps. What do y'all call it? Is there a term y'all use?
This fucking guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
This fucking guy, man, we're gonna get him. No, we didn't. Like a lot of us didn't try to use the whole cop terms and stuff like that because then you kind of look like the douchebag, you know?
Right.
So we just leave it to the guy who tucks his pants in his boots. Like the purpose here, it's like Bobby Lee's here, and that's all it is, you know?
Yeah.
So literally the one day that the perp walked by, I kind of was like, holy shit, this is him, you know?
That's him.
So I radioed it in, did my whole Gus to the headquarters, and they're like, what's up? I'm like, yo, Bobby Lee's here. And they're like, no shit. I'm like, yeah, watch, come here. So they started watching him on the camera. We started following him, and they're like, just let him steal first. And this was back in the day of like, we can touch you, grab you, throw you, you know?
Yeah.
So we followed him into like, I think it was Macy's, and he walked right into Macy's, and he had no hesitation. He started grabbing cologne and just started putting it in his belt.
You're watching him?
Yeah.
From how far away? Like, were you guys strategically located somewhere?
I actually had took my shirt off because I just wore Dickies. So I don't know if you guys know what Dickies are. There's black pants.
Totally, dude. Yeah.
So I just wore Dickies. I didn't
Mexican
wear the uniform.
freaking wedding wear.
Fuck yeah. So as soon as I took that off, just white shirt and Dickies, looked like I was from San Diego, you know?
Yeah.
So I was walking by. And he's doing his thing, man. I was like,
So you were undercover pretty much.
yeah. I did a lot of undercover work at the mall. Take your shit off, you just look like an essay from MS, and he's like, good to go. And so I see him, he's stealing the shit, and I call back and I said, what are we doing? He goes, grab him. Fucking just grab him. We grab him.
Who grabs him? You? Somebody
I grab
else?
him. No, I grab him.
Okay, well, take me in. You're making the move on him. Does he see you coming? Did he coming from the back?
He actually saw me walk by. He kind of gave me a nod, and I was like, because I gave him the look like, yeah, man, steal that shit, bro. Right on, like, keep going. I would never give myself away. So I walked around, and as soon as they said grab him, I literally just walked up, grabbed him by the shoulder, and said, hey, man, you're coming with me. I gave him the whole, like, you're coming with me, because it was my first time actually just, like, apprehending somebody in the act.
And how long have you been a mall cop at that point till you got to apprehend this guy?
Probably about 3 years, and wow. So I was just waiting. It was my moment.
Waiting to grab this fucking guy.
I snatched him up.
Hey, man, you're coming with me. That's what you said?
I was like, hey, man. Yeah, I was like, hey, man, you're coming with me. The whole just nine, I was like, you come with me. Lifted up his shirt. I was like, what do you think you're doing? And he's like, he just looked up and goes, oh, I'm sorry, but.
You put him on the ground?
Yeah, I tripped him on his leg, like, because we were backing up and he trying to lead forward. And any type of movement you do away from me, you're resisting.
Yeah.
We're fucking going down. So as soon as I pulled him back and he went a little forward, I just snatched his leg. We went down. I think one of the bottles broke because it just started smelling like fucking cologne badly.
Guilty.
Yeah. It literally, I was like, oh shit. It's because when we were in the office writing him up and the cops were coming, he just smelled like whatever cologne broke on him.
Everybody in there smelled, yeah.
Yeah, but
like aftershave or whatever.
But it was literally one of my best moments as a mall cop, just because I was like, I got him. I saw the picture, and within an hour, there he was, and I was like, my fucking golden goose, you're mine. You know what I mean? So it was good. I loved it.
Do you then have to go prosecute?
You have to do a citizen's arrest. You do a citizen's arrest. You do all that, and then
So you guys
hand
take him
over-
where? So you guys take him into
Just
the
a back
into a back
office.
room.
Yeah,
Do you have
back
him
office.
wrapped up or tied up?
No, we just put a zip tie on his hand. I had these big ass industrial zip ties, and we usually used to leave them on this hook. We never used them. We only used them if we brought somebody into the office that needed one. So I was just like, hey man, stick your hands out. And then he's like, he looked at me, he's like, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, are they too tight? And he goes, no. I'm like, oh. And I zipped him a little bit more because I didn't want him to, you know, I was like, fuck him, you know?
Oh, that's crazy when you're asking if they're too tight. It's obvious that, yeah. It's like, this is...
But he, you know,
It's like a little tighter. Why don't you,
he felt some shame that day. And I was just like,
I bet.
the clone bandit was mine. We never saw him again, you know?
And do you then turn him over to the police? What's that like?
That's the lame part. You got to call them, and it's like they're not rushing to come handle this, you know. So 9 times out of 10, you're sitting there with Bobby just shooting the shit for like 2 hours, you know. Like, so man, why do you steal? And then by the time you've already like counseled him, you want to let him go. I actually wanted to let him go, but it was already in like we were already in motion when I was like, bro, you fucked up, you know. Like I already had to fuck you up, and now the cops are coming. The first 10 minutes it was like, they're coming to get you, man. You're so fucked. You know, and 20 minutes in, it's like, are you thirsty, man? Like,
Yeah.
you know, so literally cops took about 2 hours to get there. And by the time they got there, they're like, all right, so what's going on? It's like, oh, this guy was stealing, blah, blah, blah. He's the clone bandit. You know, he's like, okay, so come with us. And then that was it. It was like, there was no fireworks at the end of this show. You know, it was pretty, that's why I said it's pretty lame when you call them to come take them away. Cause it's like, you want them to drag him out and beat the shit out of him too, you know. Just give him a little extra. Fuck him, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck him.
Fuck yeah, dude. You got it. Somebody has to get beaten.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about game time. If you're going to a concert like I did recently, I went to see the Grateful Dead and Company at the Sphere. If you're going to see a sporting event or an entertainment type of deal, well, Game Time makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't buy tickets right away. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to show start time. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying concert tickets. Game Time also offers seat views, so you can get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. As well, the lowest price guarantee. That's right, Game Time's offering it, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. As well, with Game Time, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code WEEKEND for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code WEEKEND for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. You know, being a human adult has some pros and cons. You know, some of the pros, you can eat ice cream for dinner and you can take a walk whenever you want. Those are nice things. But it's not all fun. You also have to do your taxes and figure out what's for dinner every frickin' night. Come on. And you have to make doctor's appointments. But for that one, there's ZocDoc. ZocDoc, the healthcare app that makes adulting that much easier. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and so much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score some same-day appointments. So I recommend ZocDoc. The other ways, it's so painful looking here and this website, your search, I don't do that anymore. I ZocDoc, and so should you. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/Theo to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/THEO. ZocDoc.com/Theo. And then what about what is y'all's relationship with the cops like, you know?
They didn't like us too much just because we were a waste of their time, you know, calling them for stupid shit, stealing and all that. Because if you catch somebody like back then, if you caught somebody, you had to hold them. You know, it's different now. You don't even call the cops nowadays. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing now. But they had that entitlement because we are cops.
Oh, they show up like you're big dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Do they look at you? Yeah. What's you guys' relationship like? Is it simpatico or no?
No, not. It was just like those movies.
What does simpatico mean? Do you know?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah, look it up real quick. Do you mind?
Kind of threw me off on that one.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I thought it was Spanish. Likable and easy to get along with. Okay.
No, we didn't definitely get along. It was like out of those movies, you know, when like the detectives are all sitting, like, so like the regular cops are there. So say we're the regular cops, we got it going on, it's our area. And then the FBI walks in, they're like, all right, guys, we're taking over. Go handle the perimeter type shit. And that was our relationship with them. There was always like, it wasn't too much like, oh man, thanks a lot, guys, for doing your job and, you know, defending our country at the mall and shit. It was just more like,
fuck.
Yeah, fuck what, man? Like, I was not doing anything. Now I'm doing something at the mall.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I actually had a cop tell me one time, this motherfucker, I forget his name, I had to give him a whole description of what was going on. And the problem is we didn't even have the guy. We had to just give a description of the guy who stole and the things he did to the car because he poured like some bleach on a car or some dumb shit. So we're giving him all this description, and he literally turns at me and goes, yeah, if I wanted to be a mall cop, I would have been a mall cop, and walked away. I was like, fuck, man. Like,
what? And what was he having issues? You guys were having issues with communication?
No, he just, the list of shit that I was giving him, it just got too long for him. Yeah. He was like, okay, so yeah, I get it. So what was he wearing? You know, and I was like, I told you that in the beginning. You know, I was like, you could have cut that conversation off when you found out he was 5'2". And, you know, it's like, but
some of it has got to be crazy. Like you know, you have a Chinese guy or whatever pinned up against the wall for like, you know, getting a pair of loafers or whatever. And then the cop has to come. He's like, what the fuck are we doing down here?
Yeah, trust me, we were not on their radar of crime. You know, I feel
so
like
they wouldn't clue you guys in like what was going on in the community and stuff?
No, we didn't get no updates or nothing like that. Like, no, they were like, there's like, we would know if there was a rapist in the area or anything like that.
You wouldn't?
No, fuck, they didn't care about us. You know, and
you would think they would tell you if there was a rapist somewhere because, I mean, first of all, one of the few places that everybody kind of goes sometimes is the mall, right?
Pretty much.
If you're a rapist, you still go to the mall.
You have to buy clothes, right?
Well, everybody goes, you know? So it's like, that's the kind of shit to me. It's like, you'd think you'd give those guys at least just information because they're just standing around all day.
A lot of cops will use our parking lots for the hangout. You ever seen where like two cop cars like face each other? Yeah. That was our, like, and you can't go near them. You can't go, hey, Jim, what's going on? They're like, fuck away from us.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird. Like they had this like whole bubble around them because they would always park in our parking lots.
Yeah.
Every mall I've ever worked at, there's always a pair of cops that will do the whole facing each other, like, you know, shit.
Yeah, two cops touching fronts or whatever.
Tip. I love it, you know. You just, fuck yeah, guys, you know. But they didn't want us coming near them. We were never allowed to talk to them or anything, so we would just let them be in their little bubble.
What type of overall crime goes down at the mall? Like, what type of crime are we talking about?
A lot of stealing.
Really?
A lot of stealing, of course.
And do you see people steal sometimes? Like you'll see them. Can you tell after a while? Or anybody could be a thief.
Anybody can be a thief. Anybody, oh, man. I've seen moms, you know, stick shit in like kids' backpacks, you know, on camera. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, anybody can be a thief. I've seen a group of sweet old Mexican ladies, you know, like, oh, they're inviting you over for dinner and shit and this and that and the other, and you turn around, they're stealing the fucking car. You're like, whoa, you know, like anybody can steal from the mall. Like vandalism, that's not really like a everyday crime. It's more of a crime when someone like gets thrown out of a store and you want to like break their door, kick their windows in and shit, thinking you did something to a corporate company who's got millions of dollars. Like, oh, I broke your $100 window. It's like, all right, cool. We're just gonna replace that. You know, those are the crimes that we get at the mall sometimes. Fights. Oh, fights are good.
Really?
Yeah, mall fights are good.
Do people go to the mall to fight? You mean meeting at the mall to fight?
Yes.
Or you're saying just things happen at the mall and a fight happens?
Like gang versus gang, you know, two
Really?
different. Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Where at? Where was this at?
down in San Diego. A lot.
In San Diego.
Yeah, yeah. Back in the day, like malls were always like where everyone just conjured up, you know, all the gangs, all the crews, everyone like after school or the ditch parties would go there. And some groups just didn't get along, you know. And next thing you know, you got this big fun riot brawl in the middle. And back then you were allowed to get in it and fight with them and throw down and stuff. And those were fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a mall. These are kids. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of kids off of school.
These kids nowadays, man, they're ruthless.
They're sick.
I was working a high-end department store, and this kid literally walked right up to me. He goes, "Do you work for the store or the mall?" And I was like, "Why?" And I could already tell he's about to steal all these Gucci belts. I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Because if you work for the store, you can't touch me. And if you work for the mall, you can't chase me." And I was like, "Fuck, bro, like, it's all you then, you know?" Fucker stole belts right in front of me. I was like, "Get out of here, man." Like, because you can't do anything.
Does
You
it
can't do
piss you
shit.
off?
Little bit. Just,
It feels disrespectful.
yeah, like right in your face. And you're like,
That's trash.
it's like, fuck you little fucker. You
That's
know,
trash.
Just because you can't afford the belt, you know.
You don't come here to steal. It's just kind of, and also then if you're stealing something that's just a good, and it's not like it's a want, right? It's not a need or something or a snack or something like that, milk, bread or something, oysters like that. Then you're not it's your own choice at that point, you know.
Pretty much.
It's not you like needing to survive, you know. It's
Nah,
just
you don't need a Gucci belt to fucking pay, you know. Like,
yeah, you can't eat a Gucci belt, man. Who's at the mall anymore, and how has that changed over time?
Oh man. So from the early 2000s till now, it's definitely a huge change. Everyone back then went to the mall, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you had the grandma like in the morning, in the beginning in the morning. If you find the right mall, like I worked at a mall in Minnesota, and that mall had like little mile markers through it, and you get the whole old person group coming out and do their power walking and shit.
oh yeah.
I love that. And so those are the days where you would see that transition about 9, 10 a.m. where all the old people leave. And then you get the adults coming in, you know, like get the sales and shit. And then once noon hit, if it's a weekend, then the kids start piling in. It's fucking, you know, the mall was functional back then.
Yeah.
It was like people watching was fun fucking back then. You know, like it was fun to watch. Now, I feel like nobody cool goes to the mall. If like, and it's not like, I'm not saying it like that. It's just like,
Yeah.
you go to the mall now for like direct service. You're like, all right, I'm going to here to get this and I'm leaving. A lot of people
Right.
don't hang out at the mall no more. It's not like, let's go to fucking Cinnabon and grab us some Wetzel's Pretzels. You know, shout out to Wetzel's Pretzels, by the way. By the way, if you notice, Wetzel's Pretzels you can only find in a mall, I swear.
Really?
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mall food.
Yeah, mall food is definitely something. Yeah, dude, the mall was such a place. I mean, we would sleep overnight outside of there.
Hell yeah.
We would, yeah, your friends, you'd go. I remember during summer camp, one of our field trips would be to the mall. We'd all go to the mall. People would wish in the fountains that were at the mall, you know? They'd have, yeah, what else would we do there? Yeah, just going to see the different stores, walking down the mall. You stop at that candy store that had all the different candies. You'd go in the Bed Bath & Beyond or the candle store and do that.
The Disney store. The Disney
store,
the
dog.
fucking Disney store.
That shit was fucking clutch. Mexicans love that store too, eh?
Fuck yeah.
Why,
Fuck
bro?
yeah.
Why though? Really? I liked it, bro.
It's not racist if it's true, and I stick by this. If you can't afford to go to Disneyland, then the Disney store was the next best thing. They had little fucking things. I love the Disney store, man.
Bro, Disney store was so good, bro.
the original Disney stores.
Yeah.
They still have them, But the OG Disney stores, when they were like, "Hi, welcome in," and Tinkerbell would come flying by, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm here."
Dude, it was that. You're right, bro. There was nothing like that at Disney store. We used to get, they used to have like the shirts with the characters coming out of the pocket, kind of. A little bit. You talking
Goofy
about?
with hang off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big thing, man. I remember I get my siblings Christmas gifts and stuff from there. A lot of times, nightgowns or something. You could get your sister like something she wanted, you know. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, one time, hey, no bullshit. One time, me and my friend, Young Dave, shout out Young Dave, love you.
YKD, Young King Dave, not that guy that died from smoking weed, huh?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Young King Dave, bring him up. Pull up Young King Dave, bro. R.I.P., dude. Smoking big doinks.
He died from smoking weed, huh?
Yeah. He was like smoking one. He smoked a joint backwards or something, and he had asbestos or whatever, and it killed him.
What?
Dave James Young King Dave Nixon passed away at 19. Where was he always smoking out? This is years ago. His manager Chris Clemenza. I used to message with him for a while, bro. I was a big fan of him.
Oh wow.
Smoking big doinks out in where did he say?
Oh yeah.
Play the audio.
Out here in Amish, smoking big doinks in Amish.
Fuck yeah.
Big old doinks.
He'd be smoking big doinks out there in Amish, dude, and he'd get
Gang.
and he died.
Damn.
He had he just smoked all the time, I think, and I want to say he died. I want to get this right. What did he die of? Do you know? Play that one more. Play one more where he's smoking a joint.
We used to have guys like that work security with us.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were the best. They always bring the weed.
It's fucking nice out. Who's trying to chill? Smoke some loud, feel me?
Fuck yeah.
I got loud. Hit my line. Either DM me or hit my line, bro. I got loud. I'm trying to smoke.
Just smoke it then.
Right.
You know? But yeah, that was a beautiful time. A collapsed lung is what got him.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Complications from a collapsed lung. He did have loud, dude. He blew his fucking...
Yeah, but that also comes from all those vapes that kids smoke nowadays. Like,
and adults smoke them too, like me and other people. But
You smoke
I
the
agree.
vape?
Let's not say that, but yeah, I do. I've been on and off it. You know, you try your best. But yeah, shout out YKD, bro. He was like one of the first dudes to kind of go viral. And he was always smoking big doinks out there. And that's what killed him. He would literally drive all over just meeting people to smoke weed and shit. And
what a great guy.
he got too big to get in his car or whatever. He was always eating. There he is at a mall.
Hell yeah.
What's he saying?
KG, where the bitches at, bro?
Oh, he almost died right there.
They got Nathan's in a mall? That's a great
Nice.
fucking mall.
So yeah, just seeing something like that is great, man. But go back to the Disney store. Yeah, let's go back. Oh, dude, yeah. Start from the beginning of that, man.
Oh,
Dude, when you walked in.
yes. And it had that smell. It had that good Disney smell.
Well, it was very organized. Things were kind of pricey in there a little bit. So it had like some esteem. You could get something small like a keychain, but you could get something like ice skates or something, you know? If
Oh, yeah. Princess dress, the whole nine.
all that shit. If you had a child or a little daughter or somebody, you could take them in there. That was a pretty high-end store, I felt like, for the mall as far as children's paraphernalia.
Hey, I'll never forget that bundle of plush. There was always like a big area of like all the stuffed animals and shit. Oh man, I used to just kind of give it a hug, you know?
Yeah.
You
Well,
have
they
to.
had that nice stuff. Now, Disney showed up with a quality stuffed animal. I think Applause was the company that made a lot of their stuff, the parent company or whatever that made the stuffed animals. But yeah, dude, when the Disney store came.
We got kicked. Me and my friend got kicked out of a Disney store. Inside, I don't know if you remember the little theater that was inside for kids to kind of like crawl in, and there was like they would show old Disney movies
Inside there?
Yeah,
Oh, it's for children. I didn't go in there.
yeah. Well, I slid in there one time to roll a blunt real quick and hurried up, got that done. But then I got stuck watching the fucking cartoons, and the lady's like, "Hey, keep it moving, guys." I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Sorry, we're just like Mickey Mouse, man.
Mall type shit, homie. That's what it is,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, what other stores? Now, what about Build-A-Bear? Were you there when that came out or
Oh
not?
yeah, yeah.
And what kind of clientele would you see over there, brother?
Mostly the white folk.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Build-A-Bear's a white thing?
Yeah. I would say so a little bit. It's an experience. It's fun. You know what I mean? Here's a store for you. Sharper Image. That was the fucking jam right there. Sharper Image was like by far. I think Sharper Image was the reason I got a mall job. Actually,
Wow.
no shit. Because
Oh, yeah, it was where the future. It's where Elon Musk was born.
yeah, bro. Sharper Image was
Dude,
it.
wasn't he born in a Sharper Image? This was our Elon Musk.
Yes, right. Straight up.
Sharper fucking Image, dude. You would find a hair dryer that could sort coins and
Massage your feet.
yeah, and massage your feet, tell you your blood type, and tell you if your mom was being a bitch or not.
And then they would have like a remote control car that you could never fucking afford.
Always.
Yeah. And it was like the best one. I don't even know what that is, but I wanted it.
Oh, they had dude, because everything in there, none of it made any, like, it was a ridiculous. They had like a wallet that could grate cheese. They had like what? They had like those things you'd put your women right there. What is that?
Little foot spa.
Foot spa, at home foot spa. Those things that everybody bought and never used. They
Never,
But
ever. Never.
Sharper Image was it, dude. They'd have like weird little like what is this? Premium innovative defrosting tray. You could just set your meat out on a tray and it would defrost. That's called a counter. But they sold that bitch fucking $100.
For real.
Sharper Image premium innovative defrosting tray, dude. What else did they have? Sharper Image warming foot massage.
Fucking,
Yeah.
my mom had those right there.
Really? Did she use them?
Yeah, they smelled after a while.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
They fucking rank.
Ugh.
Yeah, but sharp. Oh, that was it too. The hanger dryer, or whatever it was. There was a hanger for your clothes that would like blow out air and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it was ridiculous shit. This right here is a Sharper Image closet ionic air purifier.
Yeah, that's what I need.
So between two of your shirts, you can put an air purifier? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, dude.
Sharper Image seems like I have this invention. Yeah, it's not going to work out, but we have this store for you.
Yeah. Yeah, everything there. Now, the chairs were the big thing, though. You'd go in.
That's the reason you went.
And you'd look at the lady, and she would give you a look as to whether or not it was just it wasn't a yes or no. It was just you could tell if you were allowed to go get in that chair or not.
Yeah.
You could tell.
It was either they were going to help you out or they just gave you the look.
Yeah.
Where
are your parents? Yeah, they would say something like that. Kind of passive aggressive, but direct.
Yeah. Who are you here with? Myself and this chair.
What stores do different ethnicities frequent at the mall? Where do mi gente go? Where do the Mexicanos go?
C's Candy.
Really?
Yeah.
¿Por qué?
Free candy. Free samples.
Oh, wow.
You walk in, they give you a fucking treat. Hi, welcome to C's. Butterscotch. You're like, fuck yeah. C's Candy was the lick, man. C's Candy had everyone there. Yeah.
C's Candy, huh? Hey, C's.
You got to understand, though, C's Candy was just a reason for us to go get free candy.
And Mexicans love sugar, yeah?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Good gifts, too. I used to live down in Mexico. I used to get boxes of candy all the time. I'm like, wait, are you saying something? Like, no, it's good. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, the peanut brittle there is pretty nice. I will say that. They made a beautiful brittle for a while. I don't even know if C's Candy is still open or not.
Oh, they are.
They are?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Giving out them free samples daily.
Where else do the Mexicanos go?
Ooh. Back then, let's see. I forget the name of the store. Oh, remember KB Toy Store?
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't go to Toys R Us. They went to KB Toy Store because it was cheaper.
Respect.
Yeah. I mean,
Respectado.
I went there. I loved KB Toys.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I don't know where we would. I think we did a lot of times to get our toys over at Walmart, I think. But what about the brothers and sisters? Where do they pull up at?
Oh, shit. Bed Bath & Beyond.
No.
Lotions.
Oh, for
Smell
show.
goods. Smell goods and lotions.
Lotions for shotions, bruh.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yep.
You could. Oh, yeah.
There was tons of lotion.
God, they had all kinds in there too.
All kinds.
Dude, remember when okay, so black people went to Bed Bath & Beyond. Do you remember at Bed Bath & Beyond, bro, when they came, there was it Bed Bath & Beyond? I think it was. Maybe it was at Sephora. They had these lotions that started to smell like cookies and shit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd never had it before, and people were going crazy.
I actually, you know what's funny is I remember that year, the summer, girls were walking by smelling like candy and shit. Like,
Yeah.
What is this? This is nice. You know, I think it was Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah, there you go. Christmas cookies, man.
Body lotion. God, that was shit
Fuck
was
yeah.
nice. Shit was nice, bro.
It was like the new cocoa butter.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body
Yeah,
Works.
Bath and Body Works.
That's what it
bro.
was. That's what it was.
What about the Indians, Bangladeshi, Muslims, all that? Where do they pull up at? Any?
High-end stores.
Really?
Yeah, they were the high-end people. The dads always walking with their hands behind their backs, moms with their purses out, kids spending all their money. Oh yeah, 100%.
That's Asian.
Yeah.
What was up at Hot Topic, dude?
Ooh, Hot Topic, man.
Who hung out there? That was a different corner.
Okay, so my Hot Topic era was the real emos, the real little grungy ass kids that came in there and shit. You know, it's all like Sailor Moon now, but back then it was
Fucking kids eating rust and shit.
fuck yeah, man. Like they would come in and make black makeup all over their face and shit. But
The beautiful people. The beautiful people.
Marilyn the real Marilyn Manson kids. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Those
The people that would eat their parents if you gave them a half hour.
fuck yeah. And if they didn't buy you something from Hot Topic, it was
Real MFers. Hot Topic was it, right?
Yeah, man, I loved Hot Topic. What's funny is I grew up very urban, very like hip hop and all that shit. But Hot Topic was definitely a vice of mine.
Yeah, it was, man.
It really
was like when you
was.
went in there, you're like, what's going on? Am I old enough to be in here? Is this something just my older brother and sister can go to? That was crazy. And they also had music in there.
Yeah,
They had CDs. This was back when they had CDs and shit. And so that was different because people would be there. If you're there picking up music, then your brain's in like a music space. So you might get a shirt that goes with a band, you know.
yeah, because you're like there was a bunch of like ICP albums there.
Yeah.
That's who we used to hang out at Hot Topic, like the Juggalos of San Diego. Yeah, I used to love it.
Hot Topic was like that, man.
Hell yeah.
Any other store really? What about Structure? Remember that store or no?
Oh, look at you.
Blast from the pad, baby.
Wow, Miller's Outpost even.
Dude, Miller's Outpost was like about Arizona and shit.
Yep.
Homie.
Miller's Outpost turned into what, Anchor Blue or something like
Did
that?
it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Anchor Blue was like the first time you could buy like baggy pants and shit, you know, because I was like, fuck yeah. But Miller's Outpost was definitely one of the stores that all the trendy kids went to. Like everyone popular went to Miller's Outpost, got Genkos and shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Levi's. They had the suede vans there. Yeah.
Dude, I'd never seen a Miller's Outpost till I lived in Arizona for a little bit. And that's when it was a little bit different. What did you guys see on the cameras? And did you guys ever catch anybody having sex or anything like that?
Man, so I actually have a good story about that. We've seen a lot on camera. I've seen people getting head. I've seen it all.
Oh, yeah. That's one vote for Trump right there.
Hell
baby.
yeah.
You feel me?
But we had a direct incident with one of our guards. Okay, so
And what rank was he?
he was a no striper.
No stripe.
He was a no stripe. He was a baggy pant, dicky wearing guy like me. Good guy though, but he was messing around with the girl from Cinnabon.
He was.
Yeah,
Was she cute?
she was all right. She was a Cinnaboner, you know.
Yeah.
So one day I'm watching the cameras, and on the cameras I notice she's going to the car, and I'm like, that's not our guy. I think it's the movie theater guy, you know?
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused.
Okay, so the girl from Cinnabon, we were watching her go from Cinnabon to the parking lot to her car,
Okay.
but she was walking with a guy.
Oh, she's walking with a guy to her car.
And I think he was the employee, one of the employees from the movie theater. Goes in there, we could clearly tell they're doing some shit. He leaves. Within 5 minutes, somebody else comes walking up. It's our guard. He gets in the car. No. They start doing their thing.
Was it a Honda Accord?
It was a Nissan Altima.
Yeah,
Yeah, Altima.
for sure.
So they do their thing, and we're just like, me and my other guy are like, no fucking way this is happening. Like, she's on her break. You know, she's doing all this on her break.
Oh, so she's on her break. She met up with movie dude. They're hanging in the car. He leaves. 5 minutes later, y'all's boy shows up. The other guard shows up.
Does his thing.
Somebody from your rank.
So he gets in there, and I was like, hey, man, I got to show you something. And I was like, hey, you know, we saw you go. And he's like, yeah, but I know you're not going to say nothing, right? You know, I'm like, yeah, but rewind. He's like, what the fuck? So we start, talking shit to him and all this stuff. But I go up to the Cinnabon girl, and I was like, hey, I watched everything that happened. She was like, please don't say nothing. I'm like, Cinnabon for life. So I got free Cinnabon for life. But yeah, my boy and the movie guy taxed the same girl in a half-hour period. Saw that on camera.
And do you think it was full sex or you think it was oral?
It had been full sex, the second guy.
No way. Why?
Sure. He came out adjusting his pants, and she came out like adjusting her shit. The first one, she was going like, wiping it up.
Oh, yeah.
She probably just needed free passes or something,
Oh, yeah. That's probably when, what's that movie that killed Paul Walker?
Fast and the Furious.
That's probably when Fast and Furious 3 came out. Have you, what else would you guys, did you guys ever,
Hi, this is Allie calling from Kohl's department store on Gulf Road. I've got an active.
This just shows how they can follow people with the mall cameras
An
through the
urgent
mall.
call from store
yeah.
security to 911.
You can do this
Inside
too?
The
Oh, yeah.
Delafield Kohl's last month.
We used to do it all the time.
Security guard watches two men and a woman on store security cameras load items into a cart like this wallet that she's convinced are about to be stolen.
And are they concealing merchandise?
They've got a cart full, and they're in a U-Haul truck
Damn, a whole U-Haul?
And where's
worth?
the U-Haul?
in the parking lot.
She watches as they casually go through the store, even taking time to sample some cologne, but accumulate more and more items in their cart.
They're about to go. The east. Hold on.
They're about to exit right
Sorry, they keep coming. They're about to exit, and then they come back. They're like plotting their exit.
As the security guard waits for police to arrive, she's still on the phone with 911 when the woman pushes the cart full of stolen items out the front door.
Yeah, they're gonna go right now. I gotta go make the apprehension.
She's the one in purple chasing the woman with the cart.
See, that's
so
what
you can run out and yell loss prevention though?
Yeah. Doesn't
Do you guys do
anything.
that?
I've done it a couple times.
Yeah, what do you do? What's that like?
So
What's it like now? You see somebody stealing. Take me through it.
nowadays, today, someone stealing, you're pretty much just grab the description of them, all that, and
Can you call them a pussy or anything like that?
You can, but you just like be wary of the cameras around you, because everyone's got a cell phone nowadays, and it's like you could literally lose your job over saying that. It's like fucking bullshit, because I do want to yell out that shit.
Yeah, the guy's a thief, or the woman is.
Yeah. Definitely have had my moments of, hey, please stop. Don't do this. You're going to fuck up. I literally have your license plate, and they'll just turn around like, fuck you. And it's like, okay, man. And you just have to follow them out, and you're just kind of escorting the thievery. Nowadays you're just escorting them. Now kids are coming in like 20 at a time, filling up trash bags, and you can't stop that. Nowadays, man, you just have to really escort them out,
So now thieves almost get security guards.
Yeah. To make sure nobody touches them on their way out.
Right, to make sure nothing else. So I don't want anybody else getting involved here. You're almost trying to keep other people safe that are there, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like I'm trying to steal professionally here, man. Back everyone up,
Right.
like I'm trying to have a clear path to my car. And it's like you give them that, Even
Damn, bro.
one time Louis Vuitton had me work.
Man.
I was working at the Louis Vuitton store in the mall,
Oh, hell yeah.
and we had a protest. Protest came, and they
For
start
what?
fur, like something about like fur, like because Louis Vuitton kills animals or some shit, blah blah blah, all that horse shit. But then they're all wearing leather Nikes, and I'm like, you guys are fucking up, But
This is it. Oh, this could have been in a different mall.
yeah, they're from like AFA or some shit like that. They do this like weird ass Instagram post for everyone to meet up, and then they'll come. They do that. They come in with the fucking bullhorns and shit, right?
And they say, stop with the fur.
Yeah, fur kills or something like that. But I didn't let him in my door, and this fucking put her megaphone right here,
Oh.
and I literally like you have cameras and everything, and I'm just burying like all my hate for everything I've ever had in my life.
She just has a sound going right in your face.
Yeah. And then she'll turn it around, and then she'll let the siren out because we had a rope. It's like, well, we're going to let you go so far. And it's like, I don't cross this rope. You don't cross this rope.
Yeah.
She had the fucking bullhorn right here. And it's like, I don't condone hitting women at all. But I want to shove this bullhorn down your fucking throat right now.
Yeah.
And there was a point in time where one of the guards came and he saw me shaking. He goes, are you going to hit her? I'm like, since you said it, no. you know, but if you wouldn't have said it in the next minute, something might have fucking happened. You know, and those are things you can't do. 20 years ago, I'd have snatched that bullhorn, threw it across the fucking mall. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
100%. But it's stuff like that nowadays. It's like that, like protesters, they get away, they're throwing fur and fake blood at you, and you're just like, what are you supposed to do? You know, like,
And how much do you guys get paid an hour?
$20 an hour.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. Ain't nothing, man. You know,
To get hit by blood and fur and shit, it's like, what?
Wiener ready, wiener ready, wiener ready for war. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? It's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Does it work? Yep. I'll tell you that straight up, baby. I've snacked on one of them little bad boys, baby. One of them little bust pebbles, and I enjoy it. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Theo at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Theo. To receive your first month free, visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You need help, don't you? Well, sorry, I'm talking to myself. I've struggled in my life with mental health and other type of hell. Every type of health I could struggle with, I've had it. Yeah, most I've never really had leg pain, but mental and emotional health. Those have been tough spots for me. And when I get into a tough spot, I like to trust someone. BetterHelp is the group you can trust. If you're thinking of starting online therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. And I recommend that if you have a therapist and you're like, I don't know how this is going, don't be afraid to make the switch. Sometimes you feel like I'm going to hurt their feelings. You're not going to. You're going to hurt yourself by not getting yourself the best help that you can. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/THEO today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Theo. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Ever catch anybody having sex in any of the like dressing rooms?
oh yeah, oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! I did it too one time.
Did you?
Yeah, New Orleans.
Okay, I was gonna
dude.
say he wasn't at this one place because you do look familiar. We've caught two people on camera going in, and you can clearly tell they didn't go in with anything. Yeah. And the girl was like, giving the gist, like, fucking suck your dick, and then I was like,
Oh, she's doing blowing in there?
she's doing all probably blow and blowing.
Can you hear it? Can you see? Is there a camera you can see in there?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. You could clearly see him walk in, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna suck your dick, and I was like, oh, she's gonna suck his dick. And we creep up. We don't make it known. We creep up, we listen, get our little perv on for a second, and then fucking beat on the doors really hard, and then it's just
next.
yeah, something, deuce, but definitely I've caught many people in the act.
Yeah.
Many people, all races, all genders. Caught two gay dudes one time. That was an experience for me. you
Really?
know? Yeah.
Like, what did you see any action?
Sword fighting.
Nuh-uh. You saw two wieners at once in your own line of vision?
Yeah.
God damn, that's a lot.
It was at Horton Plaza.
Horton Plaza is down in San Diego. It's not there anymore.
No, that's the Horton Plaza. Yeah. So it was inside the theater, and theater called and said, hey, there's something going on. We need males to come into the bathroom and handle this. So I get in the bathroom and I hear giggling, and I almost feel they wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
because when I opened the door, it was almost like they were paused, and then like, oh, sorry, and I'm like, can please stop?
And what, they had their wieners out?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, one was hard and one was not.
Oh, wow. So
That
you
was
really looked.
Yeah, I had to. Like it was. I
You
mean,
didn't have to. I mean, at a certain point, you
well, at the
I think if you see the rest of somebody's body is naked, you know the wiener's right there in the middle.
you know when you walk in and something and it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
There was that 3-step part of like, hey guys, dicks, okay, get the fuck out of my bathroom now, but I feel they wanted to get caught 100%.
Well, there is something weird. If you see somebody naked, immediately you need to know if they have you can't even help but there's something inside of you, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Probably like competition. Is it bigger than mine? Like
you think? No, I think you just don't. I don't know. I remember I was in we were in New Orleans, my girlfriend. We went into Victoria's Secrets, right? We went up in there.
Good
and
place.
we both snuck in there and then just started having a little bit of sex, boy. And we were young, and so it was, it was so, and not it was fun when you're young. It's fun to just do a little bit of fucking or whatever. And it's it was like, sober sex is for children. I've always said that. And anyway, it was just, that was awesome. I miss her a lot sometimes. And what else? But was there other sexual instances you guys would see?
Oh yeah. A lot in the parking lot.
Really?
A lot of go in the parking lot. A lot of employees after work in the parking lot.
What, doing sex in cars?
Oh yeah. We caught somebody behind the trash can, the dumpsters one time. Like they coordinated to go take out trash together because the guy told me, goes, yeah, I told her to take out trash at like 8:30 and we met.
Yeah, it's Romeo and Juliet.
Fuck yeah. And the gross thing is like it was the food court trash can. So it smelled like food. And I was like, you couldn't use the one that uses plastic and cardboard?
Oh yeah, that's Recycleo and Juliet, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah,
Right there behind the dumpsters though.
Oh yeah. It's hard for me to stay erect if there's broken glass around or like a bad trash smell is rough,
The smell of other pee kind of throws it off too.
Oh, dude, I remember. So Wiggers, kind of remember them?
Oh yeah, I was one.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
Yeah, I had a black stepdad. I have a black stepdad, so grew up in that,
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "You're a wigger." I'm like, "How? There's a real one at my house."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but they started at the mall. I feel like.
100%.
Yeah, like back in the day, I feel like if you needed a Wigger or you needed a ginger, you went to Foot Locker or Lids. I feel like that's where that was like their junior college
This
or
guy
whatever.
just called out my whole life right now. I love Lids.
Oh, bro, Lids is the definite place for you to roll up and see what was kind of wiggering around the area.
Oh yeah. Malibu's Most Wanted was always walking through Lids. It was great. And those were the ones that...
Yeah, that's where God kept most of the wiggers, I feel like, was Foot Locker and Lids, dude.
Yep. 100%. 100%. And JCPenney's. They hit out in JCPenney's.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's where all like some urban clothes were at,
Yeah.
So they would get them on sale. They knew where the sales were.
What happened as malls started to decline, man? Did you notice any of that in your time?
Yeah. You could definitely tell like over one summer about 10 years, 15 years ago, it was just like not packed anymore. Wasn't fun anymore. They still had the big movie blockbusters coming out, but people weren't lining up to see Spider-Man no more. Like once you see the theater die out, I think that's when the mall is done. Once the theater starts going and you can't draw anybody in there, because theater's always been like the hub of why you go to like the mall sometimes. Like what are you going there for? I'm going to the movies.
Right.
But as soon as that decline started, it just. You can see and it's sad when you see like empty stores in the mall, like, oh man, I used to go there. And it's like, well, it's not there anymore. It's like, put something in there and they'll put like a phone store in there or they just, now Apple's like 20 stores deep and you're like, who cares,
Yeah, or it'll be like Kumal's Magic Shop or something. And it's like, get fucked, homie. I'm not going, if someone's dropping you off at the mall to learn magic, dude, you are being sex trafficked, dude.
Yeah, you're being set up for something.
I mean, that's easy, right, guys?
Yep.
But what about during the holidays? Did malls always stay busy at the holidays?
Yeah, they did for sure. Because once like you said, once the decline happened, stores started doing more sales during the holidays, trying to get the attention out. And those were the times it's like the holidays for the mall was great because it's like traffic. People were out having good times and stuff like, mingling.
Yeah, it's fun.
And that's the best. And that's the best thing about the mall. They're blasting that music, man, 24/7. It's like, it feels so good. And with the holiday mall thing, it's, I wanted to go back to that. Like, get rid of Cyber Monday and put it all back in the mall. Put the holiday sales back in the mall. Let us fight. Let us like terrorize doors. Like I miss the real Black Fridays.
Yeah,
the real Black Fridays are gone.
Really?
Yeah, the true Black Fridays of sitting out all night and you open that door and 2 Black Fridays I got into a fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got.
So Black Friday was crazy for you guys.
Oh yeah, like that.
How would you prepare for that? Would you guys like? Would you guys have to do any special training before Black Fridays, or did you guys get up early that day? And what was that like?
To be honest, a lot of us would do actual stretches, like for Black Friday, because we knew we had an 18-hour day. Some of us who were smart enough ate correctly, stretched out a little bit because we knew we were going to fight. Especially if there was a target at a mall, like if there's a target set in the mall. That Target was the worst place for Black Friday. Everyone's lined up. They're rushing through. They are punching you. They don't give a shit about nothing. But the OG Black Fridays, man, I miss those. Those were the fighting days over like something. Yeah, and and those were the first like remnants of you can't touch anybody. The OG Black Fridays were kind of like the start of don't touch anybody. Just let them fight over that fucking blender that's only $2.
Right.
And you let them go at it.
Well, it used to be you could buy like a coffee maker. They'd have like a coffee maker that can tell if your cousin's gay or not, and it'd be like, well, who cares? But yeah, we got to get that,
And they would fight over it.
Yeah. Or they'd have like a water purifier that can tell, that can guess your like weight or whatever. It's just like shit that's like...
One lady, one Black Friday got beat up outside because at the time, I don't think they understood the system of layaway. So, like the actual store didn't understand what they got themselves into.
Yeah.
So this lady goes up and everyone's in fucking line for the electronics. Everyone's fought already now. I've lined everyone up, calmed everyone down because the electronic department in the store wasn't open yet. They were waiting 2 hours to put everything on sale. This lady goes and asks, how many PlayStation or how many PS4s do you have? And they're like, oh, we have 100. And I remember hearing like, we have 120. She goes, I want to put layaway on all 120 because it was only like $5 a layaway. So she's like, how many cameras do you have? Okay. And so she spent like, I don't know, like $2,000 on layaway and bought out damn near everything that people were waiting in line for. So by the time, like even the second person, like, so I can't get a PlayStation. They're like, no, as soon as they put it on layaway, they have to take that exact item and put it in the back. So it wasn't like they can reorder anything. There was like whatever was out on sale. So this fucking lady put all this shit on layaway. She gets out and people down the line went and met her outside and asked her like, hey, are you going to sell this stuff? Like, is there any way we can get in it? And she's like, no, and started walking away and they beat the shit out of her. And I shut the door and walked away.
That's greed.
Yeah, I was like, you deserve that one. Yeah. Like, because she was one that
she deserves it. You can't go on Christmas. You're telling me how old was the woman?
Oh, she was in her 40s.
Good. You're telling me, Miss 40s, you're going to use 120 PlayStations? You're getting beat.
You're getting fucking beat up. You're getting beat up.
And that's the kind of shit we need. Vigilantism. Here's a video right here. Black Friday Stampede.
Oh, Pink used to be a good store.
Victoria's Secrets. And this is White's hunting panties right here,
there
boy.
There we go.
A lot of fucking thong.
Hell yeah.
God, that thong in there. Bro, remember when the thong came out?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Bro, Google, when did the thong come out, bro? Because that changed everything, bro. Everybody became a hoe right then.
Mm-hmm.
When did the thong come out, bro? The thong swimsuit. I'm talking about the thong panty, bro.
Panty. Like, when did it come out in Walmart to make you feel uncomfortable? Because I remember there was a time when they were actually out like in Walmart and you'd walk by and you feel, oh shit, I don't think I can walk by this aisle.
1990s, it said.
Looks like they debuted in 74, but really caught on in the 90s.
Let's go to, go get it. Okay, 74, go to there.
The thong makes its official debut with Rudy Gurniewicz's invention of the thong swimsuit.
Yep, 2002.
A year later, this style was being sold as underwear across America. That's in 74. In 1990s, thong underwear hits the mainstream. That's what happened. Marketed widely as a practical undergarment to pair with slim fit jeans to best avoid visible panty lines. Yum, yum. The 1995 Victoria's Secrets hold its first public runway show led by models Stephanie Seymour and Rebecca Ramahan, igniting a consumer thong frenzy, dude. 2002, over 120 million pairs of thong underwear were sold in the U.S. alone.
That's when I was at the mall.
Really?
Yeah, those were the years I was at them. Like those were the good days, man. Had a lot because I was 22, so you had all those like those young ass women coming out of college buying the fuck it was like 5 for $30.
Oh,
yeah.
I would definitely. I would be in there. I bet
It was a sniffer's dream.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Would you guys ever go in there and do some pervy shit?
We wouldn't, but we would catch the people that were. You know.
Were there some lurkers in there in Victoria's
yeah.
Secrets? What was that like? Because that was Was that where the babes were at? Where were the babes at in the mall?
Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
Victoria's Secret. We got a call one time about a pervy dude in Victoria's Secret because I guess they're allowed to try on the panties and they put a little panty, like whatever they do to put a little panty liner in to like block the, you know, the clam and the jam. So I guess when they take the panties off, it's not like they go throw them in a washing machine. They just put them back on the rack. So I guess the guy caught on to where they were putting those panties and he would go by and just kind of, oh yeah, these look good.
Get that huff?
Yeah, get that good whiff in.
boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Make your wiener walk forward, baby. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand. I think it's and would you guys have to go and talk to that guy?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what do you say there?
I actually used my own words. I said, hey man, what the fuck are you doing in here sniffing underwear like that? And he's like, I'm not. I'm like, bro, you are in here sniffing panties like a fucking pervert. Why? And he's like, and he started walking away. I said, hey bro, don't come in here no more. Stop grabbing handfuls of panties and sniffing them. We see you. Yeah. And then he walks out and I swear he said this under his breath. He goes, I'm still going to do it.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's dedicated.
Yeah, you got to respect that, man.
But he was definitely one of the only ones that I actually encountered. I've heard plenty of stories. Like there's Victoria's Secret girls used to tell stories all the time about like, oh man, this guy used to do like a run by sniff, or girls would like if they pull up their panties or they would hold panties in the air to look at them or something, a guy would like drop his wallet or something, good, you know, a quick little sniff by, and he's like, yeah, we see a lot of that here. I'm like, why don't you say anything? Like, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's really pervy. I'm like, it's all pervy. It's all pervy. But at the same time, I guess it could be funny if you just see somebody hit a knee and a sniff.
Yeah. And what would they do? Is trying to smell the woman?
The butt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll get you.
Sniffers are weird.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, humans are 40% animal or something, and they do it, you know? So I don't think it's crazy.
No.
But it's, yeah, it's an art form. I don't know if it's an art form. That's crazy. But yeah, it seems weird.
I think it should have been something back in the day that got frowned upon. Like, hey, you can't be sniffing Sally's ass. It's like, whatever, man.
Yeah. Have you ever had to protect like a mall Santa or anything like that?
Yes.
Or what's it like when the mall Santas come? Take me through some Christmas time lore.
Okay, so the mall Santa situation is always a fun one because 8 out of 10 times he's a drunk.
Really?
Oh yeah. You will honestly get a Santa guy that comes in there who dedicates his life to being Santa all year long, who can't wait to go to the mall to do the Santa thing, and then you got guys like me who are like, fuck, I just need a job for like the season. It's like a seasonal job, you know? But I've had guys literally pull up drunk, you know, like, hey, where do I go? I'm like, who are you? Santa. It's like, oh, come on over here. The drunk Santas were always fun because they had the drugs. They had the weed. And they were the funniest with the kids because they were the nicest.
Yeah.
The guys that actually did the Santa Fool year, they would get irritated through the first 2 hours. The drunk ones would be like, hell yeah, I'll get you a Ferrari, anything you want, you know?
Yeah.
So I used to hang out with those Santas during the season.
I'll get your mom a half pound of cock. You feel me? That's crazy. That's stupid.
Actually, you know, I've actually heard a Santa hit on a mom. And,
And he should, dude.
He said, "I got a present for you to unwrap."
Oh, Santa should get the first guy any woman should want is Santa. Who's your husband? And you're like, you know, he plays for the Mets or whatever. I'm like, bitch, my husband is Santa. Mm-hmm. We had Santa on the podcast. Show a clip of that guy. Let's just get a look at him. He was amazing, man.
Oh, he's got the full.
Look at him.
He got a championship belt on an area. Look at him. He is the world champion of Santas.
It was so cool to meet him, dude. We were excited.
How long did he do it for?
He was in the game, I think, 26 years.
He did mall Santa stuff?
He was Santing. He'd done all types.
Nice.
He'd done it from everywhere across the globe, from Guam to
oh, wow.
Connecticut. Yeah, he'd done everywhere. And what was it like? Anybody ever any issues with mall Santas or anything like that?
One Santa had to get fired his third day, and I think because he fought a parent because the kid asked for something, and the parent was going like this, trying to tell Santa like, tell him no. It's like Santa's not allowed to say no. You know what I mean? Well, the kid was just asking for like toys, like basic ass toys, but I guess the kid was a bad kid, and this was supposed to be a lesson to the kid, but the parent didn't let us in on the jam. So the kid starts telling Santa like, "Hey, you know, I want this toy, this toy, this toy." He's like, "Oh yeah, this, that," and she's like, "No, tell him no." And like you can see him kind of like, okay. So he keeps going on. Then the dad walks up, and he starts still telling the story or telling what toys he wants, and the Santa starts just eyeballing the dad because now the dad's like doing this. So the kid gets up, and now the dad walks over and says, "Hey man, we're telling you fucking no." And he's like, "Hey, I don't know what you're telling me no to. He's just asking for toys." And the dad kind of just did like this little backhand to it. Like he's like, "Shut up." Just kind of backhand. It literally a transformer. He went from Santa to whatever his name was. Because he stood up, and literally as he stood up, the beard, the hat, and everything just kind of came off, the whole top. He's like, "What?" And they just started fighting right there on the spot. He's like, Santa started hitting him. I kind of stepped in the middle, pushed the mom back because the mom started clawing at us. And then the kid's like, the kid literally standing there going, "What did he yelled out, "What did I getting
a bike?" Yeah.
"I just want to know." Fuck, you know, but he literally yelled out, "What did I do wrong?" And I'm like, oh man, like in my head, I'm like, you didn't do nothing wrong. It's your fucking parents, you know?
Yeah.
But and later on, and the cops came, the parents were explaining that we're trying to teach him a lesson. We brought him here because we want to talk to Santa and all this shit. And I'm like, well, you ended up getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
So what's the lesson here?
Yeah, you can't attack Santa because because he's the best. That's why.
Yeah, and bro, you don't know who's under that Santa, you know?
No.
Let
me ask you this. Would you hit on women during at the mall? Because it's probably hard. Here's what I would guess would be tough. A woman shows up at the mall. She's attractive. You feel attracted to her. But then how do you not just chase her? Like not chase her, but you know what I'm saying? A mall is just people are going in a certain direction. If you know, because I remember when I was young and I'd be at the mall, you'd kind of be following the girl around the mall.
Mall stalking? Mall stalking's real.
Is that what it's called?
Mall stalking.
Mall stalking.
And as a mall cop, you can definitely get away with it more than just being an average Joe.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're like just following a girl in normal clothes, you're like, what's going on? But no, we used to mall stalk back in our days. You know, girls would show up, and it'd be nice too because like it's kind of weird because we had our own little groupies. Because they think we like, oh man, he's a security guard. He can get us backstage. Like to what? You know?
Yeah.
The best we can do is probably sneak you into the theater. You know, and that right there was money back in the day. Girls loved us for that.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a kind of a scam because I would walk the girl up to the movie theater and I would know half the people anyway. But most of the time I'd walk up and be like, "Hey, she left her purse in the theater. I'm just gonna walk her in and make sure she gets out." And they're like, "Oh, okay, Gus, you're all right." And I'm like, "So what movie would you like to see?" Easy numbers, man. Easy numbers. But yeah, mall cops actually had their own little groupies around. It was great.
Ever get laid from a woman you met at the mall?
Nah.
Yeah. Really?
Nah. No. I never pursued too much. Like I never pursued the clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because you never knew where that was going to land. And
oh yeah, for sure.
sometimes you see like an attractive woman and they're just shopping at the wrong store and you're just like, oh yeah, good on that, you know. sometimes that just fucks everything up.
Yeah. Oh, so do mall cops have enemies? Do you guys have
Other mall cops.
really?
Yeah. Other mall cops.
So there would be beef on the force?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you have, so say you have mall
Breaks
cops,
my heart.
say you have mall cops that like they're on their day off and they come to your mall and they make it known that they're mall cops. Now there's just that beef and you see them walking around because sometimes they'll come and you're like, oh, we wouldn't do it like that. Oh, you guys do it like, oh, well, we do it like this. Like now we have beef.
Yeah.
Fuck your mall. Fuck your
Really?
whole mall. Yeah.
So there was mall beef.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Anything has beef, you know what I mean? But mall cop beef was funny.
Would you guys ever do like a volleyball team or anything like that for your mall? Was there any like
No, I did try to get a softball tournament going between the mall guys one time. I'm not kidding. I really try to get
dude.
I really try to get some softball shit going. Go out there, get drunk, and if things lead to the ninth inning, we fight. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was trying to organize some things, trying to have some fun, you know?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
to.
I think you have to. I remember at a Waffle House one night I'd been using or whatever, and I was in there, and I almost had a team to put together to fucking play another Waffle House.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then I don't know what happened after that. I think I might have fallen asleep or something. But it was just, yeah, people were.
Hey, when you get them on board though, that's the best.
Oh, that's when it's the best, dude. What about ever have a lost child situation there?
Oh, yeah. Though
Ever had a kidnapped child situation?
no kidnapping situation. An attempted kidnapping happened on my day off. Wow. We all heard about it. I'm not gonna say it wasn't like a major thing to where like somebody got out and like snatched a kid, but I guess a lady was going around courting kids, so to say. Like if the parent would walk away, the lady was walking up and just kind of like, oh, do you know my son? Have you met my son? Oh, I think you go to school with him. He's over there. And I guess she was just like listing random names, and just a kid goes to elementary. It's like, you might hit one of the names. Oh, James is over there. And I guess on the camera, one of the kids like looked up and said, oh, James, and went to walk towards. And the mom's like, hey, where are you going? And if the mom wouldn't have looked, I think that would have been it for the kid. But no straight out like kidnapping. Lost kids all day.
Yeah.
Out of a 5-day like schedule for the week, 4 of those days you're gonna deal with a lost kid.
No way.
Guaranteed.
What happens? What's the major cause of that? Well,
Parents just being like just too into what they're doing, kids just running off, not paying. And like I have a toddler, man, these kids they're just fast. You know what I mean? They're fast as fuck. And once they take off, that's it. You know, like sometimes it's not the parent's fault. Sometimes it is the parent's fault. Like I can really back it up. Like it maybe not, but usually is. I've had kids on the opposite side of the mall where the parents were literally like inside like J.C. Penney's, and this kid bolted through the whole mall.
damn.
Made it in other stores, made it all the way down, and now he's just sitting at a toy store by himself. And that's the truth. He was literally sitting in a toy store, and when I found him, he was sitting there playing with a toy, and I was like, hey, and his name was Jacob. I was like, hey, are you Jacob? And he looked up, he goes, yeah. Because he was like 7 or 8. He was, you know, like he was old enough to know, like, fuck my parents.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to his toy store.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my own shit. Dad's not doing well or whatever.
Nope.
Wow. So that's got to be kind of, is it scary or does it just get so repetitive that you're like, oh, this is probably the same thing, you know?
Still scary. No, to me, it's scary because one, I'm a parent, and so it always sinks in like, don't want to lose your kid, but then you always want to slap him in the back of the fucking head, like, dude, pay attention to your kid.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Oh, 100%.
but you know, the worst ones is during like the Black Friday, like the holiday seasons, because it's not like one kid, it's multiple kids that are missing. And it's like, they're not even missing. It's just so crowded. You're not paying attention.
And do you have to do an intercom thing then or no?
Oh yeah.
What do you do? What do you say then?
You're just getting over the line. If the parents of Jacob or there's a lost kid, he looks like this. And if you go over a PA system, within a minute, you know, a lot of parents will start perking up, you know, like if you have a human heart, you start perking up and looking around, just kind of check your surroundings. And we usually get the call like, oh, he's over here playing with fucking toys, you know, and you're just like, oh, let me go get Jacob.
Yeah.
So
the food court, what's going on there, man?
food courts.
You
good.
miss it?
Yeah, I miss the OG food courts, like Sabaro's. Sabaro's pizza was so good. Love it.
It was good and horrible. But it was a lot of people's first taste of Italian.
It was.
Bring it up. Bring up Zabaro's.
Zabaro's was good, man.
They had a lot of bread added. That's what I like about it. I feel like it was hella bready. I mean, it's pizza, but still.
Yeah.
But God, yeah, Zabar. You're right, dude. What the fuck am I talking about?
Zabar's
was so damn good,
so
dude.
good.
And also, you didn't know at that age, there wasn't, you didn't know what was good or wasn't. Get the second, no. Yeah, get that one. Right there. That's the one I went to. God, it looks good.
Right? I can just smell Zabaro's.
Zabaro's, dude.
And I loved it too. Cause you
I
like
love Zabaro's.
I love mall food because you don't have to wait long. It was just like, what do you need? What do you want? And then you just go down this little jail line and you're just like, bam, 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 pay, and you're out.
And would you guys eat at the eat there every day usually?
Pretty much, yeah. Especially because once you make friends with everybody, you're getting discounts and you're getting hooked up, and because you're not telling on them because they're doing shit in the parking lot. So, yeah, we ate there a lot. I gained a lot of weight eating.
Did you?
There. Oh, yeah. Especially when we had a Rubio's pop up at one of my malls, and I thought that was like, okay, I'm going to start eating fresh and eating better. Fuck no. Tortillas all day. It was great.
Fuck yeah.
Rubio's in the mall's good.
Yeah, Rubio's was pretty good, man.
They took out they used to have a McDonald's in my mall, and I know it's weird to say.
Kind of frowned on.
It's like, why would you take out the McDonald's? And it's like, because everyone would go strictly to McDonald's. Because if you put a McDonald's in the mall, it's just like, like moths to a flame.
But doesn't that help? Because then at least the malls are around the freaking other stores.
Yeah, but I guess McDonald's just takes all the business from all the food court places.
Oh,
because it's food court. If you're with kids, it's always up to the kid where you're going, and they're like McDonald's, It's like,
right, kids will always say McDonald's.
Fuck yeah, especially if they're at the playground.
Yeah, and Miss Fields, did they have that?
Oh, Mrs. Fields,
they had the cookie cakes. Remember those? Those are fucking good. My mom would always get those for us for our birthdays.
Oh man,
dude, bring that cookie.
Yes. So.
Those were
Speaking of Miss Fields, in my day, we actually used to get these cookies after they would close because a lot of these places they can't like sell the shit the next day or it's like goes bad or whatever. I've eaten probably 100 of those fucking birthday cookies in my life.
Big one?
Yeah, taking them home, cut them all up, hand out to friends and shit. Yeah, I've showed up to like friends' houses with fucking 3 or 4 of these cookies, like. Is it your birthday? I'm like, nope, Mrs. Fields was closing.
You have 2 cakes that say happy birthday Chad on them. You're like, who the fuck is Chad?
Who gives a shit but happy birthday Chad?
What mall store had the dumbest employees?
Oh shit.
Or what mall store was just like, what mall store was whatever? It was just like, what are we even?
What is it? FYI?
Is that a store?
FYE.
FYE.
DVD store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a weird thing. It's like, what was that?
It was like all the fake. Yeah, it was like all the fake movie buffs worked there. Like it was just a weird store. Like they had the weirdest employees there, and no disrespect to them, but you guys were weird.
It seems weird though,
because it's like you wanted to work at Hot Topic, but you weren't cool enough to work at Hot Topic. You wanted to work at like
the movie
Music
theater.
Trader or even the movie theater, and you weren't cool enough to be like. And this was like, all right, fuck it. Here, work at FYE. This is like the leftover shit.
Yeah,
but to be fair, FYE had a lot of good finds. Like you could find like the most random ass shit there. Like a Scarface porn. You're like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's respectable. What store had the hot chicks? What store had chicks in it usually?
The Victoria's Secrets, Abercrombie. When Abercrombie and Fitch came out, I did not go into that store for almost the first year. Like even like as an employee working at the mall, and they would tell you to go do wellness checks on your stores, I would not go in Abercrombie and Fitch.
Why?
I didn't fit in the clothes. It's just one of those things, man.
Oh yeah, it was only for attractive people.
Yeah, and I was
like
not,
models. Like
yeah,
it was for models, dude.
Yeah, so I did not walk in there. And the one time I did walk in, I was like, so this is where all the women are at. Gotcha. But Abercrombie and Fitch was just a little intimidating, for myself.
It was.
I was a Miller's Outpost guy, like I said.
Bet. Well, Abercrombie and Fitch too, dude. They and they'd have like naked children on horseback. Remember when they came out with all those photos and shit?
I thought that was J. Crew that did that.
I don't know who it was.
J. Crew was one of those stores too.
You just like, am I a pedophile or am I a medium? Like you just couldn't even. Nothing made any sense in those places, dude. That was the weird part.
Yeah, you felt weird. Oh yeah, look at it. Yeah, straight. And they would have and sometimes they would have live models standing out there like, come on in. Yeah. That was weird.
I worked at one for a little while. I worked in the back, though. Back with the sloths. Back there ringing the bell for or whatever, you know, ringing the church bell or whatever.
It's lunchtime, y'all. Let's go. Get your six
Back in the steam room.
Yeah. Fuck.
They would let me out sometimes to wash people's six-packs in the front.
I had to oil them sometimes.
Oh.
But with the spray, I didn't have to do the towel thing. It was just like, you know?
Bet, dude. Bet. What were the best things about being a mall cop?
Oops. The leniency of not having like a boss hanging over your head sometimes, because with having the badge, you were able to go places and nobody would fucking question you. And flat out, I'm a pothead. So the best thing about being a mall cop, and I think why I stayed there so long, was because I had so many hiding places. I had so many like resources for free food. People watching was great. You know, it was just like those small things, but the majority of it was just not having somebody breathing down your neck 24/7, because you were like your own boss. You know, a lot of mall cops or a lot of mall security, it'd only be like 1 or 2 guys. You know, 4 at the most if it was like a busy mall. It's like 1 or 2 guys. And the one guy that's walking around
in the platoon or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just like, I'm just by myself, you know, and that's always good. And it's just always good until somebody makes a call of a lost kid or some shit, and you're like, I gotta go.
Would you be high a lot of times?
Most of the time. And if any fucking security guard at a mall says that they weren't stoned or not stoned or doesn't have a pin in their pocket, now you're not a real security guard. Yeah. You're not. Oh yeah, security, stoned 24/7. I will never hide that fact.
But wow, that had to be so scary. You get a call for a missing kid, and then like 30 seconds later, you forget what you're looking for, and you just buy a Aunt Annie's pretzel or whatever.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, what? And the mom's like, "Have you found him?" You're like,
"Who?" You know, like, I'll admit it. Okay, so I'll admit one time, yeah, I was getting really high in the parking lot, and a call comes over that a boyfriend had shown up to one of the stores, and the girl had already called the cops, already told the managers, so we were aware of this boyfriend that was being abusive. So I get the call.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gus, girl's boyfriend's back, this and that. Can you head towards the store? I 100% was like confident that I was going to make this call. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'm going to be there right now. I'm on my way. I'm actually walking, but I was in the parking lot smoking. I put my radio down. I go back to my phone. I go back to the blunt that's lit, and I start scrolling through my phone, thinking, all right, let me just hit this a couple more times and I'll get out of here. About 10 minutes later, a call comes, says, hey, the police are coming now. The guy hit the girl. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. So I'm putting it out. I'm fucking putting the sanitizer on, fucking cologne and everything, deodorant. And I'm fucking running towards the thing. And the first thing I do, Theo, I can't make this up. I looked around. Nobody was watching. I had these little scissors I had this like little knife, but it had the scissors in it. I took the scissors and I cut my pants. And I took dirt and I went like this and I came up limping. I'm like, where were you? I'm like, I fucking fell and I tripped and I rolled my ankle and I was calling you guys, but nobody was fucking answering me. And they're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Totally lied that I rolled my ankle and fell. It's because this girl got hit by her boyfriend.
Damn.
Yeah. To this day, I'm sorry.
Nah.
To this day, I feel bad.
I mean, yeah, you should have been there.
Should have been there. Should have ran to the thing, but I didn't think that was going to happen. But then,
no, you didn't. I didn't think that's not true. You were high. You didn't fucking. I guess you didn't think it was. Yeah, you didn't think it was serious.
I didn't think he was gonna go in and hit her.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Because it was like the stories where he was just coming up and yelling at her for like rent money or whatever the fuck he was asking. Because he kept asking for money.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he was gonna hit her. But the story went. She got in his face, and they started doing this and bumping each other. And he had pushed her and like hit her or something. I was like, fuck, I would have been there for that. I would have so been there for that. But instead, I was watching fucking videos.
Can't win them all, man.
Nah.
You know, and I bet there was a lot of ones that you won. Gus Parsons, mall cop, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for keeping things secure. Always. And yeah, man, thanks for spending your time with us today.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you've done for me, man. I can't thank you guys enough. You know?
Oh, yeah, it's been a blast, man. Thank you so much.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it in my bones, but it's gonna take.
All right, check. There we go. We're riding. Oh, man, sometimes life is such an undertaking, isn't it? You know, you have those moments you be cruising, you know, and your life feels good, and you're just wearing your life around your neck like a, you know, just like a fox fur. And somebody's like, damn, is that a fox around your neck? And you're like, nah, that's my life. You know, I've got my life so tamed that it just hangs around my neck like a fox. And then sometimes, dude, your life is just a fucking Fraggle, you know? Even in an instant, man, you can get you know, you can get keyed up, irrational, fired up, fraggled. You can get that Fraggle going. I'm here in Shanghai, man. This is Fraggle Central. I mean, this place, imagine everything, pick something, okay, that, and then a million other things, and all of a sudden, everything happens at one time. It's like the Big Bang, but it's all over, and that's what's happening here in Shanghai, China. But you got to seize it. You just got to, however it's coming in, I have to seize it, you know, I have to take it. You know, it's life. You know, I have to take it. I just have to take it exactly as it comes. I can't adjust how it comes. I can only adjust how it's received. You know, c'est la guerre, baby, and that means that's French for so is, c'est la vie is life, so is life. Oh, c'est la guerre is so is war. I don't know. Fuck the French, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not 100% really fuck them, but also, you know, nobody really likes them. But let's go onward.
Making good time.
Making good time. Man, and that's it right there. I'm making it. That's what I'm doing tonight, here and right now, whenever this is. And I'm coming to you from Shanghai, China, baby. Think about it. China. Where fish, they have, you know, where a lot of fish hang out and people catch them. You know, I got into China and I came here to do some shows, and I get into Shanghai. It's nighttime. And Shanghai, imagine you're in a pinball machine, and
there are like 24 million balls in there, and you are exhausted and you want to find something to eat. Got in, started walking around. I couldn't even, there was too much going on. They have, older people that look young and young, they had a baby that looked about, this baby might have been 86. This might have been an 86-year-old baby, dude, and he was carrying a bunch of hay on his back, and they have, people are on rickshaws, people are on horseback, people are on each other's backs. One guy gave another guy a couple dollars, and he was riding him, who fucking knows, I guess however far the guy could carry him. That's, I've heard of Uber, this is like Uber, like, hey, here's $1, Uber, let's go. This is where I'm going. Fucking giddy up. It's magical here. It's everything. Imagine everything. Imagine everything you've ever known, and now imagine it's right here. It's China, baby. Anything can happen. And there's so many people. Like, somebody will sneeze and 7 people will fall out of their mouth. And you're like, holy shit. People are traveling via sneeze now. Gazunt family. It's just like that. So many people, so much going on. And we're staying right here, like in Times Square. I'm basically staying on this place. It's called Nanjing Road. And it's basically like it's like the Times Square of New York. So it's definitely like a touristy area to stay in. But man, and they have everything you ever wanted to buy. Even shit that doesn't exist. You could get a baby diaper that sorts coins. Like, oh, that baby just took a shit. Did he? Yeah. But it's about 1,100 nickels worth. It's like you could get mittens for a cat. You know what I'm saying? What's he going to do with that? Except probably just feel trapped, really, trapped, feel like he's in 4 little bitty traps. Anything you want here, they got it. It's Shanghai, baby. It's absolutely Shanghai. They have you can get soap that will predict the future. Imagine that. You got a bar of soap, you shine it up, next thing you know, fucking badao, boy. You got that crystal ball action in your dome when you see yourself maybe getting a job as a wedding planner or event planner, and you never knew it before. And all you did was crack in to a bar of suddy suds. Anything's happened. They got it all. All, man. We took a train over to a place called Shaman. And the train is nice when you're going through the countryside and you see, I can't even, they got so many buildings all look exactly the same. A lot of buildings, there's no windows in them, there's no people, there's nothing. And apparently, like, when you buy a building here, you buy the building. That's it. You buy like the walls, everything else you put in. And when you leave, you can take it all with you. I'm talking everything. And you just see, thousands of buildings like that, just sitting off into the countryside. No wasted space. Near Shanghai, there's not an inch of wasted space. If you'll have a gymnasium, then you'll have a garden, then you'll have a cemetery. I didn't see any cemeteries. So they must do cremation, do they? Bro, you're dead. You're not getting 12 square feet. You're out of your mind. But it's amazing. The train ride was beautiful. I even wrote some notes, man, just because there's been so much going on. And there's everything outside. There's everything. They got fancy businessmen come here, and they have sex tourism, sex tourists. People come here looking for sex and doing exotic sex, and the kind of stuff where, I'm talking Cirque du sex. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will, trapeze off the side of a building and just land on your dick or land up in your crotch. You know what I'm saying? You can have a dude, backflip off of a fucking, you can pay a dude $40 backflip out of a treehouse and land in your ass. It's that kind of thing. It's just sheer magic. And they have everything you want. They have flavor. They have edible socks, dude. You know what I'm saying? So you wear your socks all day. Next thing you know, you break them bitches off, throw them in the skillet. Ta-da. That's fucking foot bacon, baby. Cut 2 slices of that and you're in bed. And you're ready for the next day. Nothing goes unused here. Man, I realize how wasteful I am. Dude, I saw a man pick his nose, okay, and then feed it to a cat. And that is China. In a nutshell, for me, that's China. Man gets in there, and gets out a clean little frickin', that baby body orb, that little bourgeois, and then gave that bitch to a cat. Nothing is off limits in China. You know what I'm saying? That dude pulled a little baby Salisbury fucking steak out of his nostril and just fed it to a cat. That's that cat caviar when you dropping bugs into a feline. And that's China. And I'm not saying that to denounce China or to shame. I'm saying that it's just everything is of use. There is no waste here. You see somebody spit out of a window, you see a thirsty person just catch it in their mouth. It's like that. It's teamwork it's really teamwork. It's teamwork to the end. Everything is used. Everything is used, man. It's remarkable. And the people, man, I can't tell if the people are rude or friendly or shy or confused or they just don't care. I notice as an American, sometimes we go places and I'm having some water. I notice as Americans, we go places and we're so like it's not really about, we're just so worried about ourselves that if someone doesn't interact with us, it seems like, oh, is something wrong with me? Do they not like me? I think in China, they don't even fucking think about us. They don't care. They don't not care, but it's just, they're living their lives, man. They're just cruising. Definitely what is it? It's just baffling. It's baffling, dude. But they have everything here, man. They got a hat that can spell check. Imagine that, dude. Imagine having a fucking hat on, not being able to spell, Badal. Tadal, motherfucker. Now you are John Irving. Now you are anyone you want to be. Michael Crichton. Shel Silverstone. You know what I'm saying? The Giving Tree, bitch. I got fucking vowels on my head. I got consonants fucking dripping off the back of my neck. You got a hat that can spell check. They have, imagine every product that's ever been, we get products in America that are made, and it's finished. It's a finalized product and it's all attached and all the advertising. Dude, they got shit here. They got a scarf that'll kill your cousin. Imagine that. You got that nasty cousin. Because everybody got that nasty cousin, The kind of cousin that'll pick his nose, show it to a cat, but then have it for himself. You know what I'm saying? He'll just boog up his own throat. But now they got a secret scarf. And you give him that thing, for Christmas or for Hanukkah or for, Botswanica or whatever, Kwanzaa, sorry. You give him that hitter. You give him that fucking neck piece. And he's wearing it for 2-3 weeks, He's at the bar. He's fucking, doing whatever nasty cousins do. If you got a nasty cousin. You know what I'm saying? He's probably doing crazy shit like, painting his, maybe putting like, what would a nasty cousin do? Probably painting racial slurs on his legs and stuff. And even having pants on, but even just knowing that under his pants he's got all these racial slurs on his legs. And what would a nasty cousin do? Probably, when a parent gives their baby the bottle and the baby's enjoying the bottle in the other room, the nasty cousins sneak in and have about maybe 3 ounces of that milk. And the baby's only got 6 ounces. and they got this nasty cousin in there fucking swigging down 50% of that leche. Come on. So now you give him that scarf, and he thinks it's just a unique scarf. He thinks it's that fucking just tinsel for your neck. It's that year-long tinsel. It's that year-long tinsel for your fucking neck. But then suddenly he's taking a walk and you got a button at home. That one button, you press it and that scarf just chokes the motherfucker out. And that's the kind of shit they have here in China, man. They got everything. They got everything. And I'm just trying to feel like how they communicate. It seemed to me, and look, this is all my perception. And and I don't have 20/20 perception. I got about maybe 17/20. So, but it seemed like they don't communicate much between each other. Like in America, it seems like there's more communication between us than there is here. Here, it's just this kind of group thing that happens. There's a line for everything. There's a line where you are in line. Basically, in China, you get in line and then you stay in line your whole life and then you die. And that's just how it is, And even when you die, there's like a line to get into heaven. Like, somebody could die. Sun Ling, your boy Sun Ling could die here. Get bit by a venomous snake, and next thing you know, he dies. But then he comes back to life, 4 hours later because the line to get into heaven was too long. Reincarnation's backed up. Yeah, it's bottlenecking over at the, in the reincarnation portal. It's bumper to bumper. The cops are doing breathalyzers over there. So it's just, what else is it like here? The food, because that's something that we think about, is very, man, they had a dude on the train. So I'm on the train and, we're over there and we're riding. And this dude opened up a sack of straight up cat. This had to be cat. Look, here it smelled like cat piss, like somebody had taken, made sticks out of cat piss. Them CP stackers, bruh. It seemed like somebody had found a way to make a long face hitter out of some straight cat piss. A little bit of that feline juice. And this, man, I've never smelled anything so bad in my life. And dude, you go to they have all these bro, you could get a fucking gizzard. You could get the neck of anything, boy. The Chinese will eat. When I was growing up, they had a lot of my black friends would eat. They'd eat all kind of wild stuff, hog's head cheese and more. They got kind of, a lot of cracklings and things like that to me were foreign to me. But man, the Chinese, dude. Bro, if you got your appendix taken out, when you came to after the anesthesia at the hospital, they'd have a motherfucker across the room, boy. You know what I'm saying? One of your little Mandarin amigos, one of your little Cantonese comrades over there just slicing into that thing. Like George Costanza into a Snicker, just plating. He'd have your appendix plated up. You get your tonsils taken out, somebody else is getting a bowl of fucking 2-chunk meat soup. Because nothing is wasted here. But man, it happens fast. You have got to be, this is not a city for the weak. You have to, because anything can happen here. Man, you see, it'd be 2 a.m. You're walking down the street, somebody rappelling off the side of a building, dude. Is that Batman practice? Is that a burglary? Is that a fireman who just put anything, you don't know. Especially as somebody that speaks English, you can't even ask anybody, You can't even ask anybody, man. So, it's just, man, I'm trying to think of how else to say it. It's just unbelievable. The guys that brought me out, Sina Productions, I think they're called, Sina. Brian Sugu, I think is how you say his last name. He's not even Asian. That's He's an Amsterdamian and Mormon. And but it was great, man. Just the hospitality was beyond anything. I mean, I'd come back here. So many amazing people came out. I met this dude, this beautiful man. He makes waffles out there in Shaman. And they got an island out there, and this dude's out there slinging waffles, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those are just straight up gridlocked pancakes, baby, and this dude's out there. This dude's out there, slinging them fucking griddle hitters. And it just, so many people came out. People that saw me on Rogan, people that, just nice people, a lot of people that are here teaching English. That's the top thing, it seems like. And man, it was just, and they wanted to just tell me a little bit about the culture, and they were grateful. A lot of really, really great Americans are over here working. And I'm gonna think about them when I'm not here. Because sometimes, because when we're not around, we need people to think about us sometimes. And it can be when we're not around anywhere, when we're not around our family, when we're not around our friends, when we're not around our country. We want to know that people think about us, and I'm going to think about those people sometimes. But yeah, it was magical. It was magical. And there's also, I felt a sense of, like, I didn't feel as much a sense of, like, self-importance here. And I know I'm just rambling about China, but look, I'm in dang China, dude. And I wasn't here last week, and now I am here. And it's about the greater good. There's more of a sense like your family. I feel like people are more into their family means a lot to them. It seemed like people, their province, or their region, very important to them. Certain food, people would say, oh, this is food from my area, or this is food from, the Hunan province, or this is food. People were just a lot of cultural pride. It feels more like you're part of like a country, like a thing here, like Chinese, like being Chinese. It's a thing, and they have so much history. Dude, these people have been here. You know what I'm saying? If you read Adam and Eve, right, in the Bible, if you look back behind the Garden of Eden, there's just a million Chinese people back there hanging out. It's like the timeline. I mean, China, these people have been around here. And some part of me felt like they're from another planet. And not in a bad way. They're not just that they, dude, if anybody, and Joe Rogan was talking about this. If you look at their writing, it looks very like hieroglyphs. It looks like something that somebody would come from far away and make for us. It's drawings and it just seems like secrets, that somebody is showing you their writing. What else? I'm trying to think what else has been fascinating here. How everything moves. They'll have somebody walking, right? They'll have somebody riding a bike with a child sitting on the back of the bike, not in a seat, just like on a tire cover. And I'm talking like a 9-year-old. And the parent will be riding the bike forward. The child would be sitting sideways with their legs hanging right down by the spokes on their phone, completely oblivious and completely trusting to the parent, that the parent is navigating a busy street. There are buses, there are motorcycles, Vespas, scooters, there are cars, all of that going on, all these intersections, all of it happening, and all of it flows without a hitch. It's unbelievable. It's almost like you're in a bloodstream. You're in a bloodstream, and it is going no matter what. It's about what's important for everyone. We are moving forward. So yeah, it's more important. It's not like I'm important. That's what we have in America. I feel like I'm important. Like I apostrophe important. But here it's about importance. This is what's important for most of us. We all have to move forward. and I know a lot of that sense, you got that communist style here, but it doesn't feel communist. It feels very capitalistic to me. I've been to Havana, and that's how some Latino people say Havana, and I say Havana, dude. I don't say Havana. Sometimes you meet somebody that pronounces something too come on, man. Say it what it is, People are like, I'm from Miami. Bitch, you're from Miami, bitch, okay? And your parents are paying your rent while you're over there at the U the U. You know what I'm saying? People are like, I'm from, New Jersey. Bitch, you're from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? You can't. New Jersey. That sounds like a cheese. You're from New Jersey. So it's, it's just more about what's important here. The greater good, everybody's moving forward. There seemed to be some pride, some Chinese pride. People definitely excited about Americans, There's excitements about Americans, So it's, I'm trying to think of what else. I took a couple notes here. And I usually don't write notes, but there's just been, dude, it's so much here. It's so much going on. We went up in the tallest building in the world, got my lady friend out here. So we went up in the tallest building in the world, or the second tallest. I don't know, bro, so high. Like you're like in the clouds. You can feel a cloud go like wrapped around the building and scoot off. Oh, okay. There you go. A cloud just, and then gone. And then you can see everything. It's like you're above birds. And not a lot of birds, man. And look, and that's another thing. Nothing goes unused here. You know what I'm saying, dude? If a bird lands here, it's going to get fucked up. It's going to be a soup. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a place where a lot of birds... Like in America, dude, birds mill around. Think about that. In America, birds are taking the day off. I saw a pigeon one time, thought it was dead, dude. It was fucking on vacation. Just laying in the fucking park. Like, what the fuck? You're on vacation? You're a pigeon, dude. Birds relaxing. Birds getting fat. Birds complaining. Birds catching the flu in America. Bird flu. Dude, here, a bird doesn't have time to get sick. They'll cut that dove into a couple of fucking steaks, boy. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody with a fucking lip full of flamingo jerky. It's nothing. Everything gets used here. We're moving forward as a group. There's no, bro, you couldn't complain here about a bunch of shit. Nobody gives a fuck. There's so many people. We are moving forward. It's not about, you. It's about us. And you still see like a sense of, people and these are all my perceptions, and I might be totally wrong. This is just how I feel and see in this brief experience in Shanghai or Shanghai. I don't have, I'm taking little bits. I'm not getting, and I wanted to get off into the countryside, man. I had this, we're on the train and I had this idea of like, and you're on the train and you see like the man on the bike with the hat and the thing going across his shoulders and a bucket on each side, like a teeter-totter on him, a bucket of, perfect balance. Balance is key here. Man, everything moves in succession. You can't even, I couldn't explain to you how so much happens and nothing, I didn't see an accident. I didn't see any panic even. Like that's the thing. There's not a lot of panic here. There's this general sense that everything is going to happen no matter what. But yeah, it's just been fascinating, man. Everything's for sale. You can get anything you want here. Like I said, you can get a shirt that you can get a shirt that every now and then will kind of hug you. You feeling lonely? Put on that fucking tank top, baby. You know what I'm saying? You feeling lonely? Put on that affectionate sweater. You know what I'm saying? You could anything you want, they got it here. Dude, you want extra kneecaps? Dude, they got them, bro. You get them installed. Plastic surgery out the yin-yang here. You see a dude look like a fucking triceratops, bro. He got his cousin's fucking, he borrowed he had a cousin that died in a fire or something. He took his femurs out and fucking got him installed into his, straight out his dome. Anything. You want 6 legs and you want a shit silk? You got it, baby. You're a spider now. You could fucking, dude, anything you want to happen can happen here. They got it all. They got it all. And it's just, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It's all night. And it's safe. Here's the thing. So safe. Bro, I haven't felt this safe. The only other city that I felt this safe in for me was Toronto. Toronto, you could go to sleep in the middle of the street in Toronto, in the middle of a busy street in downtown Toronto, and the cars would slow down as they went by you quietly as to not wake you up. Like, that's how safe it is. But you feel safe here. You feel like anything could happen. It's confusing. You don't know what people are saying. People sound angry a lot. I don't know, just fascinating. Oh, I noticed people want to engage with you. Like, you can feel them looking at you, but when you look at them, they look away. And it feels like there's a secret in the air, like there's a huge secret going on, and you don't know about it. But the truth is, there is no secret. It's just this human kind of fog that just goes in and out of the existence. Just like in and out, like China is a lung, and it's just constantly just breathing and expelling and breathing and expelling this sense of mystery that's in the air. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating, man. If you haven't been to Shanghai, I recommend it. If you're watching on the YouTubes, this shit, it looks French as hell. I'm sitting here, I'm in my hotel room, and man, these people took care of us. I got to stay in just some beautiful out here at a Marriott. Man, the first night I went out on the street, I couldn't handle it. There's children that are awake at 2 a.m. and all the little girls here, they dress up their daughters. There's a lot of pride when families take their daughters out and they all let them dress up like princesses. So all the little girls are princesses. I mean, like in America, sometimes you'll see a girl dressed up like a prince. Every little girl you would see on the street here is dressed like a princess. And so that was kind of cute because suddenly you feel like you're almost like in Disney World. There's this sense of, you can, when you see children, all the children seem very happy. And that says a lot for a culture. When the children seem to be, very happy. And they're curious. You can see the children be very curious and looking at you. And there's not a lot of white people here. Look, I thought there'd be a ton of white people, a lot of Europeans. No black people. No joke. I saw 2. There was one girl, I think Erin or Erica, that came out to one of the comedy shows who's a comedian. And one other, I saw a British black girl that I believe was British. But yeah, just different, just like what? Just, fascinating. Very, 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 very fascinating. So what else? Skyscrapers everywhere. You can see a skyscraper anywhere. You can see a skyscraper anywhere. And it's all happening at once. There's just everything. There's absolutely nothing is wasted. Somebody could die upstairs and 2 hours they're serving ribs downstairs. And that's life. It's about the importance. Somebody's hungry. Somebody died. Let's figure this out. It's about important, not I'm important. And I know that's kind of a fucking cheesy thing, but whatever, dude. Life's cheesy, bro. Life's cheesy, dude. Open your mouth, son. You alive? Open your mouth. Taste your tongue. What's that, bro? Velveeta. You know, what's that? That sharp cheddar? What you got in your mouth? What you got in your mouth? So here I am. Here I've been. This episode also is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza and Bronx Born Pizza. One of them's in Los Angeles and one of them is in Bend, Oregon. This episode is also brought to you by Ridge Wallet. Ridge Wallet, ridgewallet.com/Theo, Theo. And Ridge Wallet has, they got this, imagine you have something stuck on your ass, right? And you have to take it all, and it's a wallet. That's what it is, you know, and it's nice to have, but at the same time, you got this big ass, fucking crazy ass wallet in there. You got pictures from the 8th grade. You got pictures, you know, girls or guys you used to fake. You got pictures of people you never faked, you know, which is awkward. If you're still carrying pictures from the 8th grade of chicks you wanted to hook up with and you're in your 30s now, then that's not nostalgia. That's illegal, bruh. Okay? Empty the shit out. Or just get that Ridge wallet, that front pocket carry. It's bulletproof. It's stain proof. You can't stain it because it's not made of cloth or anything like that. It's that hard front pocket carry. Minimalize your style. Put it in the front pocket. ridgewallet.com/Theo. Get that hitter. What else, man? We'll get into some calls, man. Let's take a few calls. We got some great calls. We got some fan line stuff. We're going to go over some things. I'm happy. I'm feeling fortunate to get this episode off. I want to thank everybody on our Patreon. We had a single mom that came out in Shanghai. And I'm going to get a call from her when I'm back in the U.S. I'm going to get a call this week on the line with her so we can talk to her. Beautiful lady. 2 children, 1 and 3 years old, 2 little girls. And she took the time off to come out. We got her tickets and took care of dinner for her and a friend of hers. And, man, it was just magical. It was magical to be a part of this scene, to come over here and do stand-up. But I would say about 30% of the people that came out were Chinese or looked Chinese. They could have been white people that dyed their hair and dyed their skin kind of light-colored. I don't want to, accuse anybody of being Chinese. But, yeah, I went to an AA meeting. We're not supposed to maybe talk about that, but I went to an AA meeting. I have 2 years sober, and that is... maybe I'll get into that on this episode. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into that next week. Man, just so much happening here. And thank you guys so much for the listenership. That Duncan Trussell episode was crazy. Guys, we have some sweet guests that I'm trying to get in right now. And if if you want to go hound some guests. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get Russell Brand to come in. I'm trying to get Amy Schumer's to come in. I'm trying to get, who else? Amanda Knox. You know what I'm saying? That French murderer. But she didn't do it. So I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the dark arts and the light arts. I'm trying to get it all to happen. But if there's somebody you want to come on, tell them. Send them a message on social media. Say, hey, you need to go. You need to go on. These days, we make happen what we want to happen. For so long, especially in Hollywood, I had this idea. I'm waiting for these people to do this for me. I'm waiting for this. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I've been reaching out to, guests that I think are neat. I want to have come on, and so I guess I'm feeling empowered, man. I'm not wasting this. It's that Chinese infusion, bruh. I'm infused, dude. I got that green tea in me. I'm fired up, bro. I got that Szechuan. I got that Szechuan in my nuts, bro, in my spine. You know what I'm saying? I'm spraying spice, boy. Pa-pow, pa-pow. I got mace in my special place, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't masturbated, honestly, in about 11 days, so I'm feeling good about that. I'm keyed up on my own seed right now. You can probably feel it in me. Look, I don't even know what time it is. That's another thing about China. What time is it? Who gives a fuck, bruh? Keep it moving. Keep it going. Are you doing something? Do something. Dude, there's not one overweight. I mean, there might not be food here, but there's not one overweight person here in China. Not that overweight is everything, but there ain't nobody. Look, if you got some extra gristle hanging off of yourself, somebody will come by with a fucking knife and grill that shit up. You can lose weight here, but I swear that one of the reasons they probably do plastic surgery is they're probably cooking a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They could probably trim my nose down a little bit and have a couple little, at least make one scallop. They could pull at least one scallop out of my snout for somebody. But we had some calls that came in. I'm happy to be here with you guys. This past weekend. I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend. If you know somebody in North Carolina, have them come out. What are they doing? Nothing? Let's change it. Let's change that shit together. So we can have them come out, and I'm going to be there in Raleigh, North Carolina. Where else I'll be coming up? Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Skyway Theater. Chicago, Illinois, and that's selling out pretty quick, August 16th through the 18th. Zanies in Nashville, September 14th and 15th. And then Just for Laughs in Toronto, go and get those tickets and come on and get those hitters. And let them know you got to fill out there who you want to see. Ghostbusters. And man, I feel excited today, man. Sometimes I get scared. I get nervous when I feel excited. I feel like I get nervous to feel good. I feel it's like, I've been feeling like this a lot recently, man. I've been feeling like, because I've been working hard in this, in stand up for a long time. And like, even in the past couple of weeks, things have been going better, things have just been having better opportunities. And I just get nervous, And it's not like, I don't know, man. It's like, sometimes you just got to put on that jacket of, I can do this. Because nobody knows if you can or can't. Nobody knows if you can or can't do something. And you let them know that. You let them know. They don't just know. I used to think that everybody in the world was thinking, oh, he can't do it. He can't do it. And that fueled me. It fueled me. Because it was like this chip on my shoulder. But in the end, it's like, if I show up and I can, I don't leave the judgment up to them. I don't let them decide if they think I can or I can. I can. And man, I don't know what. Maybe I'm infected. I might be Chinese, man. And I got some Chinese features, bruh. I got some Chinese features, man. I got high blood pressure. I got kind of lean eyes. My eyes are real lean in the sockets, man. They used to make fun of me when I was young, actually. But man, it's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be here in China, and I would recommend it. If you have considered coming, then I would say continue to consider that. You can get all tickets at theovon.com/tour. We got some new gang shirts coming out this week. You can get all that at theovon.com/store. And I hate saying my name, bro, Theovon. It's just... Let's go to some calls, man. You can always hit the hotline 985-664-9503, or you can hit the fan line, and those are our live raise fan line video questions. You can submit a video question, and we got a gang of those today too. We're going to get into them. Here we go on a call that came in. Here we go, and I haven't heard any of these yet. This one says Theo's old friend. Let's hear who it is. All right, and that's just me not having the volume on. Onward.
What up, dude? It's Crummel. Hey, talk to you.
All right, and let's hear who it is. All right, and let's hear who it is.
What up, dude? It's Crummel. Ain't talked to you in a long time, man.
Oh, Crummy Crumb, boy. My boy Robert Crummel. And this, I knew this gentleman in high school, man. Old Crumb Dick. My buddy called him Crumb Dick all the time. And no real reason. He didn't really have small pieces of food on his dick or anything like that. His last name was Crummel. And so just Crumb Dick, people would call him that. And he's not a bad person. He's not a dick. It was just like a nickname. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that nickname. Like we had a dude that had been in a fire. People call him Sparky, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got that crazy nickname. We had a dude they called him Salty because he used to, if he would get scabs and stuff, he would, after gym class, when his body would be real sweaty, he would peel his scabs off and eat them when they were salty. And so everybody has a nickname. You know, everybody has something wild. We had a girl named Tiff, and people thought it was from Tiffany. And I asked her mom one day, is it from Tiffany? Short for Tiffany? She said, no, Tiff. Like, you know, you get into a little argument with someone. I'm like, that's an insane reason to call somebody that. So, but anyway, go on, Crumb. What's up, baby?
Stumbled across your website, seen you was doing your podcast thing. Just got to remembering old days and shit, and just wanted to say what's up. And that was all. I'm gonna see how you doing, man. At any rate, I'm gonna get back to work. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Okay, there you go, man. I hadn't talked to Crummy right there in probably about 15 years. And you probably could have just hit me up on my regular phone, Robert. But I mean, that's interesting to leave that on the hotline. But hey, that's how it happens, man. That's how it happens. Good to hear from you, bud. And I hope everything's going good down there. We used to have this dude in our neighborhood also named Pug. And he was straight up first of the month, dude. He used to listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony all the time. And Wake Up. And yeah, and then one time somebody invited him over to the house, and everybody hid on the roof and shot BB guns at him, you know, and that was on Halloween, and that was the kind of time you could do that, when you could shoot a friend, you know, with a non-deadly weapon, and that was Halloween style, and we would call Pug over and then gun him down, pop off the top of the roof with BB guns, with those small metal hitters, bruh. All right, let's hit another call here. The hotline always is 985-664-9503. I didn't tell you that the song at the beginning of the episode was Bishop Gunn. That was Bishop Gunn again. I know I keep going to them. I promise I'm going to listen through the songs. We've had a lot of great submissions. Here's the problem with music people have submitted. It can't be copywritten. If it's copywritten, I can't use it. So, because they'll flag us and they'll take our episode down. Here we go. Let's get another call that came in.
Hey, Theo. It's Andrew from Illinois.
What's up, Andrew in Illinois? Thanks for calling, dude. Let's hear more.
With you saying your regret from not serving in the military, you know, you shouldn't feel like that. I served 7 years in the Marines, and...
Thank you for your service, man. Marines, boy, those boys don't play. I remember I was on some bases doing, you know, some USO-type comedy tours, and, you know, and all the services do their thing. But, man, the Marine boys show up, or women, and they get it done, son. Marines, dude, they're like the Chinese, bro. They'll eat each other if they have to. You know what I'm saying? You'll see 3 Marines walk off for lunch, 2 of them come back. It's like, and the third one was happy to sacrifice himself, dude, because it's about that greater good. Let's hear more.
And I just want to say, you know, you're doing your part, and you're helping us out with coming back home to a good country. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving us laughter. And, you know, you're helping out that veteran friend with some money whenever he needs it, you know. 22 of us are killing ourselves every day. 22.
Wow, man. Yeah, you know, and that is well, thank you for saying some of those things. For one, man, I do realize that my job is freedom of speech. I mean, my job is a direct freedom. My job is a direct freedom. Like, you can't do my job in some countries. You know, my job is freedom of speech. So people have legitimately died specifically for, not for me, but for my job, for my ability to orate, to speak, and to speak freely. And so, you know, I guess maybe that's why some of that feels heavier to me. But I'm sure a lot of men feel that way. You know, you feel regret. You feel regret. You feel like you weren't strong enough, or you weren't good enough to do it. But I appreciate you saying that we can find ways to do it. You can help a friend out. You know, that's such a harrowing issue that so many veterans are taking their own lives. You know, there's a lot of issues there with there's a lot of issues. You know, a lot of them probably aren't getting the help that they need. There's a lot of people claiming PTSD that don't have it. And I'm not accusing people, but I've just heard too many cases. And I've read too many articles where it's like, you know, now everybody just wants that easy, you know, they want that, oh yeah, PTSD, sure. You know, let me get that hit. And not just, and then it takes away from the pool and the time and the resources that are for men that are actually, and women that are suffering from it. But it's like, how do we figure all that out? A lot of the shit is just that people there needs to be, people need to want to do stuff for themselves. Like one thing I notice here, man, and this is general speaking for sure, is that people seem excited about their jobs. It could be a shitty job somebody has here, but they're excited about it. People seem fired, and maybe they're just excited because I'm a white, they look at me and think money, they look at me and think, oh, well, here's a tourist. But there just seem to be, I don't know. America has this malaise. We have this infection that I wonder sometimes if a country gets so comfortable, sorry, my email's on. If a country gets so comfortable, does an infection get into it of comfort? Comfort becomes such an infection. Because you adapt, and we've almost adapted out of the pieces of us that make being a human exciting. We've almost adapted. We've almost gotten so comfortable sometimes in America that I'm trying to think of what it is. It's like we don't care about what, I don't know. I feel like I almost know what I'm saying, but then I don't. It's like it becomes an infection. If you get so comfortable, then you don't, there's nothing else. You lose the vigor, and it becomes an infection. And then generation to generation, it goes down. It's like we need something to really make us feel purpose. That's what I'm thinking. You feel like there's no I don't know, China feels like they have a purpose. There's this vibe in China that I hear about that they feel like that they have inherited the torch of the strongest country, and they are excited about that, and they are moving forward with that. And it's pro China here. There's no fucking you come over, they're trying to make shit you feel comfortable from it. It's fucking China. You can't get a citizenship here. Dude, you're from another country, you can't get citizenship here. You can be welcome, you can be allowed to stay, you can be granted permissions, but, and this is from what I've gathered, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's all like, America sometimes wants to be this fucking turnstile. And that's fine, but you got to organize that, everybody's fucking styling. And nobody's turning anymore. Nobody, we got to have some sense of order. And this shit is about order over here. And so there's, I don't know. I'm fucking have just turned into a Chinese person and totally given up on my home country. I'm not saying that. But it's definitely been interesting. And it makes me wonder, I don't know. It just makes me think, I guess, and feel. Let's hear more of this call. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, brother.
So, you're looking out and you got his 6, man. So don't feel bad, you're doing your thing. I just want to say, I appreciate the podcast. You're doing great things. Gang, gang, gang.
Gang, gang, baby boy. Gang, gang. And yeah, we're trying to move it on. But I appreciate you saying that. We had another call in here about military. I appreciate you saying that, that I'm trying to do something and be a part of something. We had another call here about military. Here we go.
Hey, Theo, this is Tamim. I was listening to your podcast about the 29-year-old virgin, and I had to pause it in the middle of the podcast to leave this comment for you. What got me a little triggered was your remark that dudes in the military, or guys and ladies that serve in the military, their votes should count for more. I mean, listen.
Right, and that's a comment last week. I said that if you serve in the military, your vote should count for more than if you haven't. And that got you triggered. Let me hear more.
My vote should definitely count for more because I'm a true badass. But unfortunately, there's lots of dummies that are in the military too. And they vote this way, that way, any other way. who the hell knows? I worked with a ton of them. They were completely retarded. I don't know if I can say the R word, but I said it anyway.
You can say it again. It's okay. If you say it to a person that is retarded or around them or their family, I mean, it's not going to go over well, and you're going to suffer the repercussions of it. But you can say it. It's okay. Onward.
And, you know, look, they're just people like everybody else. It's a job we do. Don't feel regret for not joining, man. It just wasn't your path. You're doing way better stuff now. I sincerely mean that. I love your podcast, dude. I just discovered you like maybe a week ago. I think you're hilarious, dude. You're now one of my favorite comedians. Keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. All right, brother, take it easy.
Well, that was a nice message, man, and thanks for your service. You know, and that's a nice thought from inside of a military mind, you know, that they look at us and are grateful for people that are, you know, that they don't hold it against us, I guess, if we don't serve in the military. So thanks for saying some of that, man. That's, you know, because I think a lot of guys feel like that. You know, I have a buddy that's in there, and he had a son. I think he just had a son about 8 months ago, and I got another friend over there and lives in Virginia, and he's got 2 daughters, and he's a SEAL, and you know, he has to go away on these trips and stuff, and it just really, you know, I can't imagine what that's like, and the women who have to support, you know, and the spouse who's not there, who's not, you know, going on these, you know, when you go out and fight or go out and serve, I don't know what they call it. It's not vacation, you know, it's like a fight. It's like a vacation, but you have to fight and work. So I don't know what that's called. Deployment, sorry. But yeah, no, and just leaving their family, just that separation, that's a real thing. You know, it's a real thing, and I watch some of my friends go through that, and it's intense, and it's intense, and it's powerful to see you know, their wives, both of them are guys, and to see their wives that stay home and really learn to be a wife, and, you know, learn to be a father and a mother while they're gone. It's fascinating, man. It's pretty fascinating. But thanks for saying that, dude. You know, thanks for saying that. And yeah. So you're saying there's a lot of idiots in there that don't deserve it. You know what they're starting to do, or what I'm hearing about here? First of all, in China, they have facial recognition is coming in hot. They're going to be able to know everyone wherever they are. Everyone. And you think, oh, really? Is it going to be effective? Dude, shit here is effective. They have one app. Everybody uses something called WeChat, and they use it for everything. You use it to text. You use it to buy food. You pay for your bill. You order food. You order a taxi. It's all in one thing. There's no a million ads. There's none of that shit. You can't do Instagram here. I can do it through AT&T, through like a VPN or whatever, but I can't. They don't have Facebook. You can't do it through their Wi-Fi, right? So, but they are going to have a thing soon where you are going to have like a score, almost like on Black Mirror, that shows how you are as a person, you know, that's going to like evaluate you. And sometimes I think we need something like that in America. It's like, so that way, you know, if somebody is a fucking slug and they're not doing anything or not pulling their weight, you know, and you know, if you are, I guess it's not more about knowing that somebody else is. It's just, it's something that's like, we need something to light our fire to, you know, we need like, it's just like, it's hard to get a whole country to move forward. It's hard to go onward when you have so many anchors, that are just stagnant. It's like, how do you remedy that when there's just so many fucking Muppets out there, you know, just, you know, drinking each other's breast milk for fun? It's just, how do you remedy that? How do you solve it? You know, it's like, we can't help everybody. We can help most people, I believe, but I don't think we can help everybody. We have this thing sometimes in America. It's like, and I guess I'm thinking about America because I'm not in it right now. You know me, I'll step outside, dude. I'll talk about us, then I'll step right outside of the building and point a finger at you, you know? So that's what I'm doing right now. And, but it's like, it's just like, we're always trying to help the lowest common denominator, and people, like,
how do you start to know if people want to help themselves? Because there's a lot of people that are alive, they don't even act like they want to be it, you know? And what I'm saying is, dude, if that's your case, bruh, check on out, you know? Come to China. They do reincarnation here. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself out. You could be a Bambi in an hour. You could be a toad. You could be you could be anything. You could be a giraffe. You could be whatever you want. But thanks for those calls, man. Thanks. Those are our follow-up calls from last week about military. And I don't know if that changes my thoughts really on should. There's just something about the fact that if you serve, to me, if there were a vote anyway, I would be willing to say, well, I think that those people should be allowed to, they've earned a higher ability to vote, a higher percentage of vote. But then I also think if somebody graduated high school, then they should be able to maybe have a higher percentage of vote. It's definitely, but then maybe that, I don't know enough to know if that ruins the idea of democracy. I don't know enough. Let's hear another call that came out of the hotline. Here we go.
Hey, Theo, this is Dylan. I'm out here in Tahoka, Texas, welding on this gas line.
Oh, you out there welding on a gas line, bro? Well, I'm not smart, but that does not sound wise, dude. Think about that. You welding on a gas line, bro. Come on. Onward.
But I'm listening to your latest episode, and a guy called in who liked getting his dick sucked twice a day, right?
Oh, yeah, that man called in, and he was a contractor. He said he's spending $1,500 a week for somebody to rock his cock around in their mouth. For somebody to freaking vacuum up his busts. Come on, guy. That seemed like a lot of money to me. It seemed like an addiction to me. That's me judging him, but that's what it seemed like a little bit. But let's hear more.
He's paying for it. So I wondered, I agree with what you said. It seems like it's working for him and it's working for these ladies. So I was thinking you're trying not to masturbate.
Yep, and I think I got 11 days right now, man. And that's another reason why I'm feeling nutty. I feel like I got pecans in my stomach, boy, because I got that nut. That thing is built up, son. You know what I'm saying? I'll stare through a fucking peach right now. I got that shang. I got that yin yang inside of me, boy. My dick will fucking karate kick its way through a fucking weak fence. I could do something right now, bruh. You feel me? I'll pet a dog with my fucking eyelashes, bruh. I haven't masturbated in 11 days, and my chi is like, hey. I get cheed up, boy. They call me Chester Cheetah, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm cheat, dude. I'll fucking run through a village, bruh. I'll run through a village and lick somebody's fucking neck. I'm fired up, boy, because I got that nut. I got that nudie, bruh. I got the Lord's garbanzo beans fucking just stacking up inside of my fucking nuts. Let's hear more.
And when you're paying a hooker, you're like masturbating with them, with their bodies, right? So, I thought that was interesting. I wondered why really, if you don't want to masturbate, but it's kind of the same thing he's doing, except he's paying money to have somebody do it for him, and maybe that's hard to connect with actual people and like find love and stuff if you're, getting your dick sucked twice a day and you're jerking off a lot. But I just wondered why you were down with that, and I wondered, how that fit in with you trying not to jerk off or whatever. So I love your shit, man. Keep your head up.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the call. You know what? I think I'm okay with prostitution being legal. I'm okay. That doesn't mean I'm okay with sex trafficking. I'm not in any of that kind of shit. But I'm okay with prostitution being legal. I'm okay with it. I think that it serves a purpose. I think there are people that can do it in a healthy mindset. I think that, I think it's okay. Now, I don't think addiction to anything is super healthy. And I think we all find ways to check out so we don't have to do stuff. For me with masturbation,
and I haven't talked about this in a while, you know, and I've been struggling a lot, man, over the past couple months with like, you know, I'll get, you know, I'll be by myself at night and I'll get this, you know, I'll get this feeling like I want to do something. You know, I want to do something. I don't know if it's bad or here it is. It's not that I want to do something. It's that I feel uncomfortable and I don't want to feel uncomfortable. So that uncomfort manifests, it wants to get out of my body. And it's like a vulture that just wants to jump right out of my heart. And the vulture always wants to do something bad, you know. And so I'll find myself, you know, looking at escorts or thinking about pornography. And I haven't been doing pornography, but I'll be thinking about it, you know. But then next thing you know, I'll end up down some wormhole and then I'm drawing pictures of pussy or something, or, you know, I'm mad, like, you know, a buddy of mine, actually, this is crazy. This dude, he used to make this little recipe back in the day, you know, whenever we would, you know, after we had met some girls and, you know, when you're young, a girl will let you touch her crotch. And look, ladies, I want to say this on behalf of a lot of the men out there. Thank you. But it starts to, once you touch it, after that, you don't really want to touch anything else except more crotch. And so men are constantly nervous with their hands after that because the only place they really want to put their hand is in a crotch, and they can't do it because you can't just run around just hiding your hands in people's crotches. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, you know, just you can't, you know, your hand ain't Punxsutawney Phil. You can't say your hand saw its shadow and then hid in a woman's crotch. That shit ain't going to cut it, bro. That ain't going to hold up in court. You're going to go to jail, and you'd probably get your hands cut off here in China. But anyhow, what I'm getting at here, what am I getting at? What's it talking about? Hookers and masturbation. So yes, I want to do something with my hands. I can't remember what I was talking about. I'll go back in time. Something will happen. Yeah, you know, like, so women, once you do that, then after that, that's all we want to do. We want to touch more crotch. So anyway, a buddy of mine, he used to make this recipe of like, he had a couple different ingredients. I'll have to look back and remember what it was. And it would smell like crotch. And he would take it, you know, a couple of these ingredients and put them in a little mixing bowl or whatever and put it in the microwave or sometimes even put it in the oven if he was making a little bit of fucking Christmas cooter. You know what I'm saying? And it would smell like crotch, bro. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was really, really neat. Because you don't think somebody could just do that. You know, this man was like a perfume, that's the most French thing I've ever heard of, you know, firing up a batch of microwave poissy. But he would do it. He would create this thing and it had that, you know, that stench. Because look, and I know this is vulgar, but there's we're guttural. We are, that is something that is in us. You know, you want to, you know, it is vulgar. It's in us, but it's what got us here. Is that, you know, the scent of a woman, the scent of sex, the scent of desire, the scent of something that draws you forward. It's a scent of anything. It can be, you know, it can be a flower. It can be it's what draws you. It's what moves you. And this man could make that scent. He could make that scent of crotch, and he'd fire up a batch, and we'd fucking just. I mean, we'd inhale so much, dude. This one boy, Jeffrey, passed out, and we're like, "Damn, Jeffrey, that dude could end up being a damn rapiste, you know, a rapist, because if he, you know, there's no reason to be inhaling that fast with a little bit of scent in the air." And you can't even fucking keep your life in line. You can't even keep your act together. But do I see a difference between the two? That man was doing that and he was hiring hookers twice a day to blow him? I see. Here's all. If he's calling me, asking me if I think that's an unhealthy behavior, does he really just want to ask himself and he's not giving himself an honest answer? Is he just getting a second opinion? Does he already know that it might not be and he just wants to hear somebody else say it? You know, here's the thing. I feel like if you can't stop something, then it's an unhealthy behavior. That's what I think. If it controls you, If you're not in control, dude, then what the fuck? And I'm not saying that at you, brother. I'm just saying that, that's when it's unhealthy. And for me, masturbation has not been, and watching pornography over the years has been an unhealthy tool for me. It started out unhealthy. I got a lot of it confused with, where my trouble still struggle these days is, if I get in love, I have problems with sex because there's just a lot of confusion in there. There's a lot of uncomfort, and so that's a place where I still battle with, and that's really, I'm still seeing some therapists about that, and that's a place where I still need, honestly, to do a lot of work in those areas. And it's tough. It's tough because what the worst part is for me, and I know you didn't ask about a lot of this, I don't think, but I'm just kind of rambling. Hell, I'm in China, dude, so I can be different over here if I want to, or even not even be different. I don't know if I am. But the hard part is wanting to do that work. Wanting to get better when you know that something is wrong. And look, if you guys are saying, look, man, if you jerk off once in a while, there's nothing wrong with you. That's true. But that's not what my thing is. My thing is that over the years, I would look at pornography, and anytime I had to interact with a woman in a real scenario, a lot of times, instead of doing that, I would just go masturbate or look at pornography. It would kill off the desire to then go meet with a girl or take a girl out on a date or do anything, really, a lot of times. And so then that became just an unhealthy pattern for me. And it also was a protector because it's like, oh, well, I don't have to go talk to her. I don't have to take any risk of actually falling in love or any risk of putting myself out there into another person's heart, because I'm going to kill that. I'm going to cut that risk right off here at the pass, at the emotional fucking pass. I'm going to cut that risk off by physically stopping the desire. Because your emotions, your emotions and your physicality, it works in conjunction. Your nuts are connected straight to your heart. And so you got to fucking you got to be careful. You can't just be playing those chords all night. You can't be just busting some fucking C flats on those nut heart strings. You got to be careful, and you got to keep them tuned, because otherwise you can get caught up. And that's where I've been, and that's how a lot of the dark arts started for me, was being out there. But I appreciate you calling and having me think about this. Let's go to one of our Live Raise fan line questions. You can submit those on Live Raise. Get Live Raise, the app. It's free. It's free to submit the fan lines, and these are videos, so you can see these on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Don't be a pervert, man. You're a pervert. You're watching some dude on YouTube, and you're not subscribed, bro. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Let's hear it.
What's going on, Theo? My name's James. I'm from Monterey, California.
Thanks for calling in, James from Monterey. That's John Steinbeck country. And John Steinbeck was up there fucking with anchovies and writing. Let's hear more.
I'm a security guard.
Hell yeah, boy. Dude, I used to have this sketch I wanted to do about an insecurity guard. And it was just like, oh... He was just hiding in the hiding behind like a hiding in an alley behind a dumpster, just hoping nothing bad was happening. An insecurity guard, you get it? Okay, that was stupid. Onward.
Today, I caught a fugitive that was wanted by the federal marshals. I was wondering if you've done anything heroic that you were really proud of.
Damn, you caught a fugitive, dude? That's awesome. And fugitive sounds like pretty much the fanciest criminal you can be. Some criminals are like, hey man, I stole this. I'm a thief. And some other, then a big dog rolls up and he goes, you a thief, bitch? I'm a fugitive. Oh fuck, here come a couple of fugitives. Have I ever done anything heroic? When I had I found 2 fingers in the woods one time when I was young. Somebody cut off their fingers either with a with a sling blade or with a some folk call it a Kaiser blade. No, with a I don't know, a sword or something. I don't know. We found 2 fingers, a peace sign, me and one of my buddies, and we gave it to the police. That's not heroic. One night I was trying to get a blowjob from this girl that was on the swim team, and we didn't say she was on the swim team because she gave blowjobs. That'd be funny, you know? If a girl gave you a blowjob, or even a guy, and he like swallowed all the time, and people were like, you know, they're on the swim team. Wow, a lot of bad jokes here in China tonight. But the thing was this. So I heard, everybody heard that she gave blowjobs. And that was the kind of, dude, as soon as somebody gave one blowjob, you heard it. I mean, that was, it was like Paul Revere, it was that kind of style. So anyway, I took her out to this boat dock. I picked her up one night, and I'd stolen my mom's car. And I went and picked her up. And man, we were out there. I put on some Travis Tritt or something, or some, maybe a little bit of George Strait or something, just whatever. They used to have this thing on the radio. It's called Crying, Loving, or Leaving, and you would put it on the radio, and they would just play country music, and people could call in and make requests. Anyhow, me and this girl, I put on some country music. We're out there slow dancing, bro. And we got the wind, and we're out by this huge boat launch. It's like this was in Madisonville, Louisiana. And they got this huge boat launch, and we're the only car out there. And suddenly a car, and we're out there slow dancing, dude. And this girl had some fucking hips on her, bro. She was built like a fucking barrel with small tits. And I'm just like, man, all I'm thinking about, dude, I'm so erect, bro. My dick is climbing up my rib cage, bro. That thing, like, I'm so erect, my dick starts kind of peeking out of the top of my shirt, bro. That's how erect I was, bro. I was fully erect. And that's when you could get so erect, your penis could be like 19 inches long sometimes. You're like, what the fuck? One of your legs would disappear, and just your dick would just grow a foot out the top of it. Just crazy times being young. And she and I are slow dancing, and suddenly a car goes across the parking lot right off the boat launch. And it bounced kind of on the water top and just ended up out in, oh shit, is this audio popping the whole time? Jesus, I don't know. And it bounced off the water, because it was probably going about 40 miles an hour right off into the water, and then it sunk. And it sunk probably about 15 feet away from the shore. So now she and I, and this is a huge parking lot by a boat launch, and she and I are the only people out there. It's a half mile to get to anything. There's a bar about a half mile away. So she and I jump in my mom's car and ride across the boat launch, or right across the parking lot. We pull up, park the car so the headlights are facing out on the water, and you can see the car now is completely submerged in the Lake Pontchartrain. And so she and I run to the end of the boat dock that's there, and we got to get in. I mean, this car's underwater. You can still see the headlights of the car that went underwater are near the top of the water, but they're still a couple feet down, and they're still on. The headlights are still on. So we're scared, man. We're spooked. We spooked up. We spooked up like a couple of fucking, like a couple of frogs, like a couple of frogs playing with fireworks. We're scared. And so we get down to like our skivvies, really, and we got to get in this water. And I'm like, all right, let's get in. And she goes, on the count of 3. And I'm thinking, like, the count of 3, fucking somebody's drowning. You don't do 1, 2, 3, jump in the water when somebody's drowning. You fucking just jump in. I'm saying the dumbest shit ever. And this girl was on the swim team. This girl was on the actual swim team, not doing blowjobs and swallowing. She was on the actual swim team. And she was also doing blowjobs, but she was not. That's not why people said that. She was on the actual team that had a group that went to other places and swam against other groups of people that wanted to swim. And so next thing you know, she's like, 1, 2, I jump on 3. She doesn't jump. Now I'm in the water by myself. I'm swimming over. I get onto the car, because you can kind of get onto now I'm standing on the top of the car that's submerged underwater. And I got to go down. I have to, I go underwater, hold my breath, go underwater. The driver's side window is open. I reach in the car. Nobody's in the driver's seat. So I'm like, fuck. You know, somebody, you know, they got knocked around or whatever. I go back up, get another breath of air, go down again, feel around in the passenger seat, and they had what I think, and this might sound crazy, they had a ham. Somebody had a seasonal ham right there. You know, you could get one of those big hams. Remember they used to have that show, Supermarket Sweep. And the thing you had to get was the Farmer John hams. Them things was worth $32. And man, you'd see, you know, your teammate would be running around. And this was a game show where two people would go to a supermarket and they would run around and get a bunch of shit into a cart. And they would get money for doing it. It was the greatest game show ever. Basically one of the greatest games ever played, next to maybe NFL football. And the teammate would always be at the front by the register yelling, "Get the ham! Get the ham! Get the ham! Get the ham!" So anyway, in the passenger seat, I swear to God, they had a Farmer John ham right in there. And I touched that thing, bro. It was this cold fucking big ham. And I thought it was and we're talking pitch black. I'm underwater. It's nighttime. It's 9:30 at night, you know? And all my, you know, like I'm scared. I'm erect. Dude, and you know you got some meat on you if you were erect and possibly could be finding a dead body. And that was that young cat. When you had that young cat, boy, you'd be erect. Bro, you could be fucking digging graves and staying erect. And so anyway, I touched this ham or whatever it was, and I think it was definitely a ham, and I got sick. I thought it was a body. I thought it was a shoulder. I thought it was a head. I thought it was an ass cheek. I thought it was all of it. I thought it was a big, huge knee that was swollen. Maybe somebody broke their knee in the crash, and they had a huge, swollen knee that felt like a ham. I thought all this shit. So I start vomiting, just out of fear, just vomiting underwater. So now I come back out of the water. I get out. I can't hold my breath anymore to go back down. There's somebody in the car. I swim out. I tell the girl, you know, who put her clothes back on, "What the fuck? You're on the swim team. Get the ham." So now we jump in my mom's car, right? And I'm nervous because the car seat's getting all wet because I'd taken my mom's car. She didn't know. I don't have a driver's license. I'm not allowed to use her car. And we drove up, we ran to a bar. They had a bar called T Rivers. And it might still be there, dude. It was a great place to get fucking pink eye, really, in the summer, which you don't see that much. And that was a strong strand, boy. Right off that Chafuncta River. You catch pink eye in the summer off the Chafuncta, bitch. I mean, I'm talking the kind of pink eye that would make your fucking throat hurt. You know, that strong shit. And anyway, I ran inside the bar. I'd never been in there, and I'm yelling. There's a car went off, a gray car went off into the water. People come out of the bar, about 4 people in there, probably all alcoholics. And because it was not a night where anybody should be out drinking, and they all got in their cars, and now they're all drunk driving back up to the place. Everybody gets out in the water. Now there's like 5 people out in the water looking. Somebody goes back in the car underwater. Nobody's in there. They say they don't feel anybody. I see cop lights in the distance. I get scared. Me and my girl, you know what I'm saying, that swim teamer, we jump in my mom's car and I take her home and drop her off. No blowjob. And she actually moved away. She moved away to a different state like about a month later. So that fucking sucked. And it turned out somebody just did there was never a body in there. Somebody had done it for insurance money. They'd started the car earlier and put a brick on it or whatever and sent it off into the water. So I was never a hero. And that shit cost me a blowjob, dude. Somebody trying to catch that insurance. And those are the types of people that are fucking shit up in the world. You know? Those are the type of people that say, "Oh, I'm important." You know? It's not about, I'm important. I'm going to get this insurance money. I'm going to get this hit. I'm going to fake this PTSD. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You know? It's like we need hitters. We need people that's moving forward. But thank you for calling on that fan line. Let's take another fan line question from our live raised fan line. Here we go.
My question is, why is it hard for me? Why do I get so nervous when I talk to very pretty girls, very attractive young ladies? I just don't.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, why? I don't know why you do, but I know why I did, bruh. Because I put them on a pedestal. I didn't stand a chance with them before I even walked up to them. I thought that just because they were pretty, that they were more than that as well. That they were everything. You know, I'd always, and the prettiest woman, or the woman that I always felt was the prettiest since birth, my mother, you know, she left feelings of rejection inside of me. And I don't even know if she did it on purpose. I don't think she did. But those feelings lived inside of my soul at a deep level that I couldn't access and that I still can't. But inside of me, that made me feel that the woman that I felt cared for the most didn't want me or didn't care for me. So then when I put a woman on a pedestal and that woman, even just in just a moment, becomes the woman that I care for the most, I can't communicate with them. I feel rejected by them. I feel negative. I feel, because it was the same, that feeling, that's when that feeling that's inside of me that was left by my relationship with my mother, that's when that thing kind of surfaces a little bit. Because it's the only template I have, is that the woman that I thought was the most beautiful and always would in my soul, my mother, the one we all feel that way about, our mother, if there's rejection from them, then for me, this is what I find. When I would put a woman on a pedestal, I would feel that rejection again. You know, and I would not be able to talk to them. I would not be able to have a voice. Because the woman that I cared for the most didn't allow me to have a voice, or didn't help me express myself. And so therefore, future women that I care about, I wouldn't be able to express myself around. So that's just for me, man. For you, I don't know. It could be some of that. You sound like a caring guy. You know, you called in here to think about it with me. So obviously you're caring. But I think approaching women, first have a friend. Don't think like, I would be like, fuck, about to walk over and see if this bitch wants to be my wife. Fuck no. You know how much pressure that is for a woman? They don't even know. And now some man wants to marry them just because they're pretty? That's crazy. That's crazy. And the last thing I want to be around my whole life is a girl that's pretty but is miserable. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care how pretty you are. You know what I'm saying? If you're so pretty, that's all it is, man, that would be my worst nightmare. I don't even want to be in an Uber pool with that bitch. You know? But thanks for calling, brother. Onward.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I was wondering if there's any advice you could offer up regarding a loved one who sleeps loud. When I say that, I mean he like snores and yells in his sleep. At this point, anything helps. Okay, so you got that loud sleeper. You know what I'm saying? You got that fucking Benjamin Barksdale. You got somebody being loud next to you while you're trying to sleep. First of all, that's insane. Do you know that? That's an early warning sign of insanity. Somebody who, when other people are trying to sleep, is violent in their sleep. You know what I'm saying? I was eating this girl. She liked to wake up in the middle of the night and catch a fucking handful of Skittles in the face. Come on. You know, she wanted to eat Skittles. She'd keep a bowl of Skittles by the bed and just drop them S-Kittles into her throat out of a dead sleep. Always fighting in her sleep. Sweating. It's wild, man. It's wild. You know, they got some violent sleepers out there. They got fucking people out there sleeping in Vietnam. I'm like, damn, where are you sleeping in? Vietnam? Come back, tighten up. If he's loud, shut him down. Put him in the other room. And I would also try him on different sides of his body. If he's loud, roll him on his side. If he's loud again, roll him on the other side. He's got 4 sides. Try all 4. If he's violent, maybe tape his legs together or tie his legs together. You know, you can also try some of that Metamucil. You know what I'm saying? Metamucil makes you have to go to the bathroom and do number 2s. And if you're on that Metamucil, look, you're not going to sleep real heavy because your butthole's going to be real alert.
Because, dude, look, man, your butthole gets alert. Feels like your booty wants to whistle. But then it's number twos. You're doing number twos. And so that Metamucil will do that. So maybe put them on a little bit of Metamucil. But thank you for calling there about that loud sleeper, man. Come on, people sleeping fucking loudly? Get it together, dude. Get it to fucking gather. You're a loud sleeper, you asshole. How much more selfish could you be? Tell him to tighten up, baby. You tell him I said it. Let's take another call here. This is from George Davis.
Hey, Theo, this is George from Texas. And, man, I just wanted to say thanks for all your laughter you provide. It's really helping me get through a tough time right now in my life.
Oh, you're welcome, George, man. You know, it's the least I can do, man. This is my service, I guess, you know, or being a part of this world. And thank you for calling in, because this is us. This is us, man. More?
Man, see, like a lot of other people, I worked my ass off and tried to find a place to buy and move into eventually. And it was a cabin up in southern Colorado. So,
ooh, you got that so cold. That's so cold, that southern Colorado cabin, huh? That sounds good, dude. I'll let a fucking carp jump into one of those sacks. You catch them carp sacks. And people catch exotic mountain lions and shit out there. And you could hunt out there, and a lot of weird shit happening out there. People killing their spouses and stuff like that. People going missing. Just an overall real, people finding treasure. Just an overall adventurous area. Let's hear more.
Just a good place to get away from all the stress and problems that come with living in the big city. But, man, all that shit changed this weekend when some self-confessed anarchist just burnt down the whole fucking forest, 40,000 acres up in flames. They still don't have it contained right now. And
damn, bro, I didn't know all that shit was happening. They shouldn't sell matches at gas stations. I've been saying that shit. How you selling matches right next to fucking gas, bro? You know what I'm saying? They got anarchists out there. They should have anarchist tests. Test people to see if they're fucking anarchists, dude, when they're in high school. You know what I'm saying? Give them a match and give them a piece of cotton. And tell them, do not light this piece of cotton on fire. If they do it, dude, fucking lock them down or shut them down. You know what I'm saying? Give them one of those remote control scarves and fucking shut them down. Let's hear more.
I mean, I just thinking about all my neighbors that lost their house and all the firefighters and police, that are doing a good job to contain all that shit. And
yeah, fire's dangerous, dude. Fire will fuck you up, dude. Fire can do all kinds of stuff. Fire can turn dough into a fucking muffin. Fire can make a biscuit. Fire can light a hallway. Fire can burn down the damn earth, dude. Onward.
They arrested the guy and he's in jail right now. But, man, it's just been a really tough time. And your comedy, your style of humor really helps me get through it. I've been thinking about it a lot, listening to the podcasts, and man, it makes me feel like I'm hanging out with one of my older cousins from Oklahoma. They're always funny and had that kind of same view on life that you do. So,
well, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that, George. I'm glad if I can be that sometimes, like an escape or something, or a change of pace, man. I'm happy to, that's nice of you to say, man, because that makes me feel like I'm doing something positive, And I think all of us, all we really want at our core is to feel like we are making somebody else feel good, I think really at our core that all I want is just to do that. I think we all want to do that, man. You got me getting emotional here a little bit, man. Yeah, it makes me, when you said that, it made me feel, you just made me feel something. I'm trying to figure out what it is. You made me feel like I was doing something for somebody else, I guess. Or you made me feel like of service. Or you made me feel like I had some importance. Like, not in a selfish way, but just that I was doing something not for myself. And I appreciate that, man. That made me feel good when you said that. So thank you, George, bro. And you be safe out there, dude. Stay out the fire. You know what I'm saying? Stay out that. Don't buy a kerosene coat from nobody, or we won't see you again. But if you want a kerosene coat, you could probably get one here in China, dude. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you could get a butt plug that's made out of bubble gum, son. It's going to be bad breath all month after that fucking wild night. Thank you for calling, George. Let's have another call here. This came in from the Live Raise fan line. You can find these. These are video. You can see these now on YouTube. You can see these calls as they come in. It's not just the voicemails anymore. You can see the Live Raise ones, and you can also submit videos through our website, theovon.com. Click on the podcast link, and you can submit a video there, a video question. And that is all free. Here we go.
I was just talking to my girlfriend about what it is that I like about you and your act, too, I'd say.
Thank you. And this is a call from Darren Henderson. And Darren Henderson is a person. Here we go.
It's that you seem like you haven't lost a sense of wonder that almost every child has, and that's what I like about you. That's what I decided. So I wanted to thank you for that. And so I realize that's not a question, but I'm just running that by you. I wanted to get a response from you. Either way.
Thanks, Darren. That's nice of you to say, man. I remember on a class trip to Disney World when I was young, and I'll be honest with you, we ate some LSD, and we saw it all, son. You know what I'm saying? I saw people, and I saw machines, and I saw it all, dude. And I saw a great bird come out of the far north. And man, he had fucking strong hands. And I saw him fucking touch my eyeballs with his fevery fucking feelings. But sorry, but let me get this back to you. So anyway, I was at Disney World, and they have there on a wall, it said, imagination is more important than knowledge. And I think it's a quote from Einstein or something. I'm not sure. But I just remembered seeing that, and I got my picture taken next to it, and it's a popular quote. But I just knew that was just my life, man. I think when I was young, I just hated, sadly, at a certain point, I hated my life so much, or I hated myself, or I don't know what it was. I just did not feel good when I was young. And I just hurt a lot, man. I don't even know what, I don't know. And I'm not sad about it. I'm not, it's the past. I can't live there. That shit's over. I'm not living there anymore. But my imagination, I just needed it. And so I think God gave me an imagination just because I needed it, man. I just hated being inside of myself. I just didn't have any tools to feel okay. And so it was just, and I think God gave me that. He gave me a sense of wonder and a sense of imagination. But yeah, I remember it said imagination is more important than knowledge, and I just loved that. And I remember telling my teacher that one time. He said, "You're going to fail." I said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." He goes, "Well, you're going to fail this test." And he goes, "You got a D." And I said, "Well, I'm going to imagine that I didn't get a D." And that was it, man. But thanks for saying that, dude. I guess, I think there's also a lot of shit I don't know. So, which is most stuff. So it's like, damn, I might always have a sense of wonder, dude, unless I figure some more stuff out. But I appreciate you calling, man, and just having me think about this kind of stuff and think about what it is to wonder. Wondering is sometimes I think okay, so I know this, I know a shoe, I know it. It's a shoe. But then sometimes it's oh, well, it could be a hard foot mitten. It could be a fucking leather spatula. that kind of wraps around your foot a little bit. You know, I thought about, like, I don't know. I like to just, I don't know. Sometimes my brain just serves things to me differently. I don't know. This is interesting. A sense of wonder. You got me thinking about this now. You got me wondering about wonder, bro. But thanks for calling, Darren. I appreciate that, man. And tell your girlfriend that that she has a boyfriend who likes to think about stuff, and that is of so much value. We are quickly catapulting into two types of people in the world: people who are thinkers and people who are not. And it is happening, I believe, so fast. And it's, I don't think it ends well for people that aren't. I don't think it can. Let's hear another call. Here we go.
Hi, Theo. I'm Alex from Idaho.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for calling in.
And I'm calling because I just relapsed. And I'm not feeling very good about it.
Okay, you just relapsed and you're not feeling really great about it. Thank you for calling. Let's hear more.
I took a shot, and I've been clean and sober for about a month.
Okay. Well, that's okay. You know, you're still here. You have your voice. You're talking about it. You're thinking about it. You know, you're being active. Let's hear more.
I'm just kind of feeling down right now, Theo. Like, I don't feel right about it. I'm currently walking home from downtown because I don't have my car.
Well, probably good you don't have your car if you're drinking, you know. You know, stay away from that vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You want to be that killer.
I'm just not proud. I'm not proud, you know? I'm just not proud. And I just wanted some advice. I want some good words from you.
Okay, well, you're not proud. Yeah, well, it's not a thing of pride. I mean, you want to have... Yeah, well, I'm sorry you don't feel good about it. But it doesn't make you a bad person because you did it. You know, you said you had about 6 weeks. That's a long time of being sober if you want to be sober. You know? And the good thing is you can always start over. You just started over now. So, it's okay. You did 6 weeks. And that's good, man. You did 6 weeks. Dude, my buddy robbed a bakery one time. Right? Fucking idiot. Also, you know, just bake at home. It takes longer to make as much bread and stuff, but robbing a bakery is dumb. But he got 6 weeks. He got 6 weeks in a local jail. So, you know, 6 weeks is 6 weeks. And don't feel bad about yourself. You can feel bad that this didn't work out. That this, you know, but now you got 6 weeks, now you have a challenge. Get more next time if you want to get more. You know, and also it doesn't sound like you're a bad person. You didn't sound fucking wasted. You had a shot. I remember I tried to go 31 days one time, and on 30 days, a girl asked me if I wanted to drink, and I had no defense if a woman asked me for anything. I had no ability to stand on my own 2 feet at all. And I said yes. And man, I didn't feel proud either. I felt like I gave up. But here I am a couple years later, and I got 2 years tomorrow. So that's okay. You know what I'm saying? We still love you. Keep your shit together, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you wash your crotch up every now and then. You know, and that's for everybody. If you drinking or not drinking, wash your fucking dick or wash your crotch. People dude, so many people never wash their crotch. They let the water run over it, but they don't fucking wash it. Wash your crotch, dude. I met this girl at the library one time, and she only had 8 fingers or 8 toes. I don't remember which one it was. But you know, she only had 18 of the big 20. And her crotch, damn boy. I met her at the library, bro, but that crotch smelled like a fucking card catalog, dude. You know what I'm saying? It smelled like Dewey had been Dewey the Decimals. He'd been decimated. It smelled like Dewey had been decimated up in there. So you got to tighten up your crotch no matter what, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Sud your nuts up. You want soap that can fucking predict the future, bruh? wash your nuts with it. Get a bar here from China. Let's take one more call, man, and then I gotta get off the line, man. I gotta get off the line. It's been a lot, and we'll get more. We got a lot of calls that came in, and we'll get more. But let's take a call right here. Says Dark Arts in China. Here we go.
Hey, man. It's Scott up in West Virginia.
What's up, Scott, up in West Virginia? Thanks for calling.
I hope this call reaches you before you take your flight overseas, but...
Too late, Scott, but I'm glad you called anyway, and I'm excited to hear it. What is it?
You might want to rub one out, I'm thinking. If you get caught up in the dark arts of the Orient, I don't know what they are, but they sound mysterious and just a bit more dangerous to me. You might catch yourself with a pair of chopsticks and get a splinter, and that's the kind where it works itself out. But thinking you might want to handle business before you have business handled.
Ooh. Well, I appreciate you looking out for me, man. You know, and I didn't hear this call until now, but I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I came up in here fully jocked up. You know what I'm saying? I got my nuts are fully sauced up. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up with these. I mean, I could probably sell one of my nuts for $1,000. A nut full of fucking fancy American straight up human sauce, bruh. That's a damn delicacy around here. Everything's a delicacy. Dude, you could eat, you know what I'm saying? You could sell a dove's asshole to somebody over here for probably $250. I mean, you could do anything. You know, like they got all kinds of stuff here. They have any type of animal you could imagine. You know what I'm saying? They got ostriches raised on fucking rare whale semen. They have ostriches that their whole lives they've only been fed semen from big whales. And that meat, my God, that meat is, the meat from those ostriches, bro, will crawl into your fucking mouth and sleep all night and then go down your throat. And that is damn, I mean, that is the Lord. That is wild. But yeah, I didn't do it, man. I came in here fully up. And I'm going to leave fully up. You know, and it's been a good experience. And I didn't get caught in, because you can do all kinds of stuff in China. You know, I'm saying for $60, you could jerk off into a shark's mouth. And sure, it's just a dude dressed up like a shark, but still. You know? Sure, it's just a dude named Larry Shark, but still. But no, anything can happen around here, man. And I appreciate you looking out for me, Scott, but I made it through so far. And I still have a little bit more time to kill here tomorrow. But so far, I have made it through. What else do I want to talk about? What else? What else is here? Not too much, man. Got some other dates out there I want to tell you about. Appleton, Wisconsin, Salt Lake City, Washington, D.C., all those things. You can go get them. What else, man? Any other big adventures? Not much. Just taking it as it comes and realizing that, man, there's just still so much stuff I can do. You know, not being hard on myself, but just, man, life is such a crazy challenge. Somebody sent me an email, and it said, man, it said, imagine that you just exist in nothing for eternity. That your spirit, your energy, just exists like, and I'm paraphrasing, exists in eternity, like out in there in the ether. And he said, life is a moment where you get to come to the forefront of the fishbowl of being, and you get to interact with the other spirits. Like, life is that. That's what our lives are. There's all these other, you know, humans and beings and everything out there in the ether, in the space, in all these other energies, and life is this one time period where we get to show up in a form and actually interact with each other before we go back out into the ether. This is it. This is it. We get to be here and feel and love and see and hurt and recover and forgive. We get to be here, man. You are fucking here. You might be at work right now. You might be wherever, but you're on a fucking planet floating in the middle of space. And you get to love if you want to. You get to help if you want to. You get to forgive. You get to apologize. You get to start over. You get to make it to 6 weeks sober if you want to. You get to learn a new language if you want to. You get to travel to another. Within this existence, you can travel to another type of people that speak a whole different language and experience all those feelings and emotions and moments in a different, with a little bit of a different recipe. Man, it's fascinating being alive. We can't control it. We can take it as it comes. We can control ourselves. Man, I'm not trying to preach or anything tonight, but I don't know. I'm in China, man, and I'm just, my yin-yangs is up. My yin-yangs is up. Thank you guys so much, dude. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me. I'm just grateful. We got a lot more calls and stuff. We'll have to get to them later, man, because I got to do to bed. I got to edit all this and upload it. So it's going to be a lot of effort, but I'm excited to put it in. I'm excited to put this effort in. As always, you can hit the hotline if you have a comment, a suggestion, 985-664-9503. Follow us, support. I'll see you in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend, And I love you, and be good to yourself because you probably deserve it. Have you thought about that? You just might. You're making it. You know that, don't you? You're making it. Man, this band, they get me, man. If you got a guest you want to see on here, you go tell them. Let's do this, man. Let's fucking do this. We can do this. Next week I might feel like we can't, but right now I thank everybody in Shanghai that came out, man. You know, to be in another country and somebody comes from your home country, instead of wanting them to bring you something and them and me make them feel a certain way, they made me feel comfortable. They wanted me to be okay. Man, just great people. Great people out here, the Senna, these group. They got this group out here, Storm, Brian, Ian, Barney. And that fancy weatherman, too. That fancy fucking weatherman, bro. That's the wildness, man. That's the wildness. You guys be good to yourselves. You probably deserve it. I will see you back in America.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jonathan Kite, and welcome to Kite Club, a podcast where I'll be sharing thoughts on things like current events, stand-up stories, and 7 ways to pleasure your partner. The answer may shock you. Sometimes I'll interview my friends. Sometimes I won't. And as always, I'll be joined by the voices in my head.
You have 3 new voice messages.
A lot of people are talking about Kite Club. I've been talking about Kite Club for so long, longer than anybody else. So great.
Hey, sweetheart, here's the deal. Anyone who doesn't listen to Kite Club is a dodgy bloody wanker. Do you know what I mean?
Hi, I'll take a quarter pounder with cheese and a McFlurry.
Sorry, sir, but our ice cream machine is broken.
No!
I think Tom Hanks just butt-dialed me. Anyway, first rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. Second rule of Kite Club is tell everyone about Kite Club. Third rule, like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts or watch us on YouTube, yeah? And yes, don't worry, my Brad Pitt impression will get better.